Try Align Probiotics for a month and see how great a healthy gut can feel. Get $2 off your first month of Align at alignprobiotics.com.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling weather with Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
We'll continue to check out the skies for some scattered showers and thunderstorms going through the afternoon. One or two of them could be on the strong side, so we kind of need to pay attention to it. The humidity stays high. Any action fades very early this evening. Otherwise, partly to mostly cloudy skies, 70. Weekend's great. Saturday, partly sunny, lower humidity, lower temperatures, 85. Sunday, sunny and nice and comfortable, 85. This is 97.1 FM Talk, Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
It's happening right here, right now.
2 Democratic senators who will help us get rid of the filibuster, which the president has now said he's on board for that.
I think the reason that they don't want voters to decide this issue is because in the end, I don't think that it's a winner for them.
Right here, right now.
That is a great threat to the entire coalition on the left. So they want to shut it down, cancel Clarence Thomas because he dares to think for himself.
97.1 FM Talk.
This is Mike Carter. It's ridiculous the United States had to use the military to airlift in baby formula from overseas, or that our car plants like GM and Wentzville and Toyota and Lincoln County have to slow production for microchips to come from China. I'm Mike Carter, Republican candidate for state Senate, and I'm ready to help bring manufacturing jobs home. We need to encourage critical products to be manufactured here in the United States and bring those jobs to Missouri. Bringing manufacturing back home reduces transportation costs, supply chain problems, and reduces the risk of China being able to use that dependence as a weapon. We also need to do a better job of promoting all our state has to offer. Let's help our businesses and industries to expand, make it easy for new business startups, and help our tremendous agricultural industry with better farm-to-market, roads, bridges, and inland port facilities. As your state senator, I'll launch a Make It in Missouri initiative because America can't continue to rely on China. Go to MikeCarter.com or MakeItInMissouri.com. Paid for by Team Mike Carter Treasurer.
This is Andy Berg, board-certified master arborist with Hanson's Tree Service. Maintaining healthy trees in our urban environment is a challenge, and our trees often don't perform how we'd like. Go to HansonsTree.com to find out how we can service your trees today.
Jewels on Hampton in St. Louis Hills is paying some of the highest prices on gold, silver, diamonds, semi-precious colored stones, and fine watches on site. Jewels on Hampton is a premier jeweler with an exquisite selection of diamonds, semi-precious stone jewelry, and vintage watches. Their expert design team can restyle your jewelry to today's contemporary style. They also do jewelry and watch repair. Need extra cash? Jewels on Hampton is paying some of the highest prices on gold, silver, diamonds, semi-precious colored stones, and fine watches. Bring your collectibles and clocks, sports memorabilia, and figurines too. Jewels on Hampton, 4506 Hampton, just 3 blocks south of Chippewa. Call them at 314-752-5000. That's 314-752-5000. So if you need some extra cash, looking for that one-of-a-kind piece, make Jewels on Hampton your first stop. Jewels on Hampton in St. Louis Hills.
When you're trying to hire, all that searching, screening, and interviewing can become its own job. You need Indeed, the end-to-end hiring solution that makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire quality people. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
The only person who can change your life is you, but you need to know how. Listen to my show, The Del Walmsley Radio Show, where the hype ends and the help begins.
Listen to The Del Walmsley Radio Show this Saturday afternoon from 1 to 2 p.m. on 97.1 FM Talk.
The features you always dreamed of are here. We're talking about rewinding the radio. Listen on the Odyssey app and rewind whenever you'd like, or catch up on entire shows within 24 hours of air.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
Right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
I'm asking the Justice Department that, much like they did in the civil rights era, to do something, do everything in their power to protect these women seeking to invoke their rights. In states where clinics are still open, to protect them from intimidation, to protect the right of women to travel from state that prohibits seeking the medical attention that she needs to a state to provide that care. To protect the woman's right to the FDA-approved, Federal Drug Administration-approved medication that's been available for over 20 years.
President Biden speaking today from the White House about an executive order action he's taking regarding protections for abortion services. Welcome into the Annie Frey Show. Happy Friday. I'm excited to be back here with you to wrap up this Independence Day week. And we're going to get to this story here off the top of the show so we can get to the facts of it. We've got some good reactions from Jonathan Turley here to share with you here in just a moment. But let's talk about what the president did just do from the White House, or maybe even what he didn't do. I'm going to read here from Fox News, their report on it. 2 weeks after the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, President Joe Biden plans to sign an executive order on abortion today. And when you listen to what it is that he's putting out there, especially if you try to muddle through what he said from the White House, Brad, were you able to listen to the speech in the whole? I know it's
no, I didn't get the entirety.
Prime working time for you to like finish all the things to prepare for the show. Did you hear the part where he's saying something and then he reads the words from the prompter?
Nuh-uh.
Repeat the line.
No.
And then he repeated the line.
Oh my gosh.
What if he would have panicked and said, do I repeat the line I just said, or do I repeat the line, repeat the line?
He wouldn't have panicked because
and then that turns into a loop.
You have to start thinking about these things for him to do it. He's just reading a teleprompter.
When I was listening to this, I was thinking to myself, the President Biden reminds me of a Nintendo game that you need to take out and put back in the system and see if it works better.
If you know, you know.
I'm glad I phrased that way.
Yeah.
It could have been worse. So I was listening to a lot of the reaction to this. Kayleigh McEnany as well, kind of set up for folks what it is that this administration is doing, and she knows a little
bit. What we're about to see, Emily, is a giant red herring. I had our brain room look, and here's what they found. Currently, no states ban or have attempted to ban interstate travel to obtain abortions. That is the crux of this EO we're about to find. Not only that, if you read the opinion, Kavanaugh has a concurrence, and his concurrence says this: some of the other abortion-related legal questions raised by today's decisions are not too especially difficult as a constitutional matter. For example, a state cannot bar a resident of another state from traveling to another state to obtain an abortion. In my view, the answer to that question is no, based on the constitutional right to interstate travel. Kavanaugh, Roberts, 3 liberal justices, that equals 5. So he's trying to go after something that, quite simply, if you read the opinion, is a red herring.
So you're listening to what Kayleigh McEnany is saying there, and what she's suggesting is the people on the left are very furious with this administration on a host of levels, but I don't know if there's a more supreme level than the fact that Roe v. Wade was just overturned. And I don't, if I place myself inside the Democratic Party, just give me a moment while I stretch my legs to go try to make that happen. If I'm inside of the Democratic Party and I have feared for the entire time I've been paying attention to politics that one day Roe v. Wade would be overturned, President Biden gets into office and the Supreme Court gets confronted with the Dobbs decision where they do have the opportunity to weigh in on this issue with 3 Supreme Court justices sitting there appointed by Donald Trump, I'm in sheer panic mode. And then when it comes to the point where you're getting ready to hear this ruling and Roe v. Wade is eventually overturned, you got to ask yourself, we've been worrying about this for some time. We've been panicking about this for some time. How many times have you heard the Democrats say that, they're going to try to do this. The Republicans want to overturn Roe v. Wade. They haven't done anything to solidify that from being possible. Am I wrong to suggest that maybe the Democrats, when they have the authority in Congress, when they have the majority in Congress and the presidency, if they have a popular suggestion, they could pass a law that would make abortion legal, which is not what happened before Roe. The Supreme Court doesn't have the ability to legislate, to write and pass laws. They just take laws that are on the books and compare and contrast them to the Constitution and say yay or nay. So the Democrats have been, you did pull this TikTok rant.
I did, and I had it double checked.
Is that what you did the entire morning?
No, but that was a big significant point. That's probably what I was doing when you were sending me those DMs.
Yeah, we see you were super focused because there is this rant, and I was kind of summing this up right now because I didn't know I wanted you to hear it, and I kind of wanted to be able to play it, and I trust that you were very careful with it. Democrats are really, really upset right now with their own party. They're disgusted with Republicans, but that's because today ends in Y. That's just the way it works. They don't wake up one day and go, you know what, the GOP, not too bad today, not too shabby. No, the people who are politically active on the left are disgusted by the people on the right every day the sun comes up. And honestly, the converse is true. For people who are actively, aggressively involved in the political right, I would say those super politically active people are disgusted by the people on the far left every day the sun comes up. So President Biden is looking at a very disenchanted voter base. We're not talking about President Biden trying to woo a few moderates over or suburban moms. I hate it. Because I am a suburban mom. I am a white suburban mom. And they act like we walk around like zombies obsessing over our kids until we go put gas in our car. I'm surprised they even think we know how to put gas in our car. But that, oh my gosh, gas prices are, and the other place we go to, the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
Just a bunch of suburban moms just going back and forth between getting bread, eggs, and gasoline. That's what we do. And when the gasoline prices go up, then all of a sudden moms go, oh, what's going on in our world today? This seems very difficult and bad for my family. Maybe I should care about politics. It's not, I mean, come on. A little credit here. I know a lot of suburban moms who are worked up in a whole host of issues that don't have anything to do with the gas pump. But I'm telling you this right now, the gas pump doesn't help.
Mm-mm.
Their base, the Democratic base right now, is PO'd at the Democratic Party and the Democratic leadership. Joe Biden's administration has a huge problem on his hands in 123 days when the midterm elections get here. Not because the Republicans are disgusted with them, because all they're doing right now is pointing at the scoreboard going, told you. See, this is what we said was going to happen. And the people on the left are saying, well, we never would have put Orange Man bad into the Oval Office. And this is bad. We're not going to say this isn't bad, but it could be way worse. It could be. I mean, could it? Just put that aside now as well. You have a Democratic base that is split into two parties. One saying that this administration has wrecked the country, and the other saying they haven't gone anywhere near far enough in their far left progressive policies and ways to do what they're supposed to do when they have the power. God forbid. So you have, I'm gonna play for you this guy on TikTok. He's just a dude, right? Mm-hmm. He's just a Democratic supporter.
Yeah.
And I'm going to trust that you edited this.
I had Drew double check me.
Thank you, Drew. Drew is our awesome AP today, associate producer. You know where the dump button is. This was colorful. It was passionate. But this is where people on the left are sitting right now.
I'm not going to shut up about this. I'm not, because I can't yell at the Republicans. They're not going to change. They are who they are. We're stuck with them. We're not going to change them. You can't shame them. You can't convince them. You can't trick them. You can't outplan them. But I can yell at the Democratic Party. And I can tell them where they can at least make one small change to stop pissing me the off every hour right now. Stop sending me fundraising requests right now. Okay? The Republican Party had a plan for the last 50 years to overturn Roe v. Wade. We had a leak 5 weeks ago telling us that this exact thing was going to happen. And your response after 5 weeks of careful study and planning and thought has been to send us nonstop fundraising emails.
Hey, he doesn't have to be just talking about the Democratic Party. As a Republican, I second that. I mean, if you happen to go and just dip your toe into the political waters that exist around any type of political organization, you will be assaulted with asks for money over and over and over again. And to his point, this is not a brand new situation. Roe v. Wade been around for a while, been a concern my whole life. He goes on.
All right, so let me just read you a quick list. Mark Warner. He's the Democratic senator from Virginia. He's worth $214.1 million. Don Beyer, he's a Democratic Virginia House member. He's worth $124.9 million. Dean Phillips, he's a Minnesota House member. He is worth $123.8 million. Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House of the Democratic Party from California, is worth $114.7 million. Dianne Feinstein, who doesn't know where the she is right now, the senator from California, part of the Democratic Party, is worth $87.9 million. You guys want money? Call your guy. You call him every week to do insider trading. Stop sending me emails. Stop sending me texts. Stop reading poems and singing karaoke.
Listen, if you're going to rant, this is the way you do it.
Yeah. Just get it all out, dude.
You have power. You have it. You're in those seats. We're the ones who are powerless. Stop pretending you're protesting. If you don't want to do it or it's too hard, retire. You're rich as you don't need to do anything. If I had $114.7 million, Nancy Pelosi, you know what I do? First thing, I get my husband a driver so he doesn't get a DUI. Second thing, you know what I do? I'd be on a boat. I'd be on a boat. $114.7 million.
And this is bipartisan, dude. I mean, if I were there with you right now, I'd high five for you, and then we could do the Republican side. Like, you're gonna shake us down? That's what you do. You're politicians. Your policies end up shaking us down so that you can sell us the solutions that we already paid for. That's what the government does. And he is sick of it. I'm sick of it. We're all sick of it. And we probably agree on nothing politically. But the system, give me a break. Joe Biden announces an executive order today. And when you take in what this executive order is and what it's going to do, it doesn't change anything. It addresses things that aren't actually part of the system. President Biden goes over and talks about what the rulings, the written concurrences from the justices say. He gets them wrong. He screws it up. And he's addressing things that aren't actually part of the overturning of Roe v. Wade and the Dobbs decision. Why? Why waste your time on this? Because he has to do something. And why does he have to do something? So that the people who continue to give him power and his party power feel good tonight when they put their heads down on their pillows, like somebody did something. Our politicians work 10 times as hard trying to put on a puppet show to make people like you and people like me, and I'm talking about TikTok guy and I'm on the far left, I assume, or me, who they would assume is on the far right. All of the politicians are working overtime. They work so hard. I feel like it would actually be less work to actually do something, to actually make something meaningful happen, because that would be long lasting. You start doing that a few times and you're investing in your future instead of every day putting on the puppet show so that you make sure that all the voters feel attended to that day. You know you know where that circumstance exists? In daycares all across the country. Every day, it's wash, rinse, repeat of the exact same cycle, the exact same routine, the exact same schedule, where every day a kid feels attended to. Why? So that they come back tomorrow. That's the state of politics today in most cases. Oh, and a few little fundraising emails and texts and phone calls sent off, mailers in your mailbox. I hate mail. It's the worst. There's no mail that's good.
That's mail, M-A-I-L, not M-A-L-E.
Depends on the day.
Yes.
You're listening to the Eddie Frey Show. I am the premier feminist. It's a joke. And Americans all across the country right now, especially those suburban moms who just went to the gas station or the grocery store to get their eggs, who all of a sudden are like, wow, things are pretty bad. Things aren't going great here. Did you see the price of eggs? What about my Starbucks? That was through the roof. Everybody's waking up. Joe Biden, his executive order today, it has minimal to no effect. It's an action for the sake of action. It's movement in one direction and then back in another, just so that people can see him and feel like he is, quote, doing something. It's not gonna move the needle for the election in November. And I'm telling you right now, if you're paying attention to the people who want to represent you for the Republican Party in November, make sure they're people who understand that actual effective legislating action is what is going to be required of them after they get that midterm victory. Because I don't want to be having that same kind of nonsensical motion that doesn't actually have any movement to it. Because if in 2 years or 50 years, in the case of TikTok rant guy, if in that amount of time you lose the case that you never made any progress on, what the heck are you doing? You're just buying more time and power. Stick around. We're going to talk to Bryson Gray. He's a rapper, YouTuber, and he has a great song out called God Save America. And we're going to hear from Bryson Gray about that song, and we're going to hear the song in the next segment. Don't go away.
You're listening to The Annie Frey Show. Find the podcast, on-demand audio, and more at 971talk.com/Annie.
They decide and the shotgun sings the song. I tip my hat to the new Constitution. Take a bow for the new revolution. Smile and breathe at the change all around. Pick up my guitar and play, just like yesterday. Then I'll get on my knees and pray. We don't get fooled again.
This is a place for people to come together. Right here, right now. Make your voice heard. This is 97.1 FM Talk.
You know, talking to you about Stewart's American Mortgage for years now, one of the things that I am so grateful for is each and every time I hear back from you talking to me about Stewart's American Mortgage. And this is a reoccurrence. You have reached out to Stewie to do your mortgage refinance or to purchase your home using the Bagel loan. When you use the Bagel loan, you don't pay any of the fees that other lenders out there are going to charge you for. That's why he calls it the Bagel loan. Bagel looks like a zero in fees. You get it. I have used it twice to refinance my home, got lower rates both times. Rates have come down a little bit right now, and it's a great opportunity for Stewie to compete and beat your locked-in rate. Reach out to Stewart's American Mortgage. Talk to Stewie personally about how he can help you improve your financial position. Try to lower your monthly payment or potentially take equity out of your house and pay down some of that high interest credit card rate that you've got, that debt that's piled up. Get rid of that with the equity you have in your home. Stewie can help you, and he will help you. Call him or text him at 314-324-4440. That's 314-324-4440. Google the Bagel loan, NMLS number 226715.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? This is Mark Reardon. I have the answer. You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. And that's the Gelman team of VXP Realty. Mark and Neil Gelman, they're friends of mine. I've worked with them many, many times over the years to help me sell my house and get into a new one more than 4 years ago. Here's a great success story. Mary looking to downsize into a new villa. She was looking for a quick sale for her current home. She reached out to the Gelmans. Mark and Neil turned their marketing up, and within 34 days, they were able to sell Mary's home for full price at over $1 million. Mary's very happy in the new villa, thanks to the Gelman team. And they can help you the same way they helped Mary. Crank up that marketing, or they also have other choices. They can give you an instant cash offer. They also have a buy before you sell program. Make sure you ask about that. The Gelman team, call today, 314-336-1991, online at thegelmanteam.com, or just Google the Gelman team. Certain restrictions apply.
When you're approaching retirement, there are a lot of questions to answer. Do you have enough money to fund your income for life? How should you claim Social Security? And what's your plan for health care and long-term care? Hi, I'm Eric Robert, Director of Investments with the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel and host of On the Money Saturday mornings at 11 on 97.1 FM Talk. Don't leave your retirement to chance. It's crucial to understand and address relevant risks before you retire. Our team can help you get organized, guide you through critical retirement decisions, and create an investment portfolio designed around your needs. To schedule your free retirement plan consultation, go to clearpathinvesting.com. That's clearpathinvesting.com, or call us at 636-695-2650. That's clearpathinvesting.com or 636-695-2650. Stifel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member SIPC and NYSE.
We thought it was over.
Missouri Republican Governor Eric Greitens has just resigned this afternoon.
Scandal after scandal.
Already facing a felony charge, now accused of a second felony.
Now there's more about Eric Greitens.
Former Missouri governor is now accused of spousal abuse and intimidation.
In a sworn affidavit, Eric Greitens' former wife said,
I became afraid for my safety and that of our children due to Eric's unstable and coercive behavior. Physical violence toward our children, cuffing our then 3-year-old son across the face, yanking him around by his hair, a swollen face, bleeding gums, and a loose tooth. He said Dad had hit him. I wanted to protect our children because I was afraid of what Eric would do.
Scandals, felony charges, now physical abuse allegations. That's not conservative, but it's the real Eric Greitens. Paid for by Show Me Values PAC, showmevalues.org, and not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. Show Me Values PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
This is ANN, IE, Frey Show, The Annie Frey Show.
I was born in the red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. I don't know what all that means to you. Yeah. But for me, it's about family and liberty and our almighty creator and his son who he is here as our only savior. Turn back to God.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. Happy Friday. Thank you for being with us here this afternoon. You're listening to a song called God Save America by Bryson Gray with James McCoy Taylor and Tyson James, just released right now. And we're going to listen to the whole thing here in just a minute after we get done talking to Bryson Gray himself. We've had him on the show before, but very excited to have him back to talk about this new hit song. Bryson, welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. Great to have you here.
Hey, what's up? Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. You know, I listened to that whole song last night, prepping for the show. I had listened to it once. I was on vacation last week, and I kept getting sent to me. I was like, okay, fine. I'll listen to this on my vacation. It was great. Listened to it again last night, and my husband was sitting next to me. He goes, hey, what's that? And he piqued his interest, and he was doing something else with the kids. You've really touched a nerve with Americans with this song, with the tune, with the words. And I wanted to give you an opportunity to just kind of talk to us about how it came together and what you value about the message of God Save America.
So it was I had wrote the song in late May. And I was actually on the road. So I was like performing on the road and I couldn't record it. But when I had wrote the hook to the song, in my mind, I'm thinking like it's basically what I think should happen. I think people in this country need to turn back to God, and once we turn back to God, then God will start blessing this country again. So I wanted to make a song that represented that, and I wrote the hook, and I called James McCoy Taylor, and I said, "Bro, I'm gonna send you a clip of me singing." I said, "It's gonna sound terrible when I do it, but it's gonna sound great when you do it."
And it sounds fantastic. I mean, it's the people are, lots of independent creators putting together stuff, throwing it up on the internet. Anybody can do that right now. You've had a lot of success leading up to this. This is not the first release at all that you've had. And you've had some success kind of intersecting with the political world. And what you're saying right now, it's kind of crazy to me. But you're saying turn back to God, God Save America. You're talking about the reason why people value the red, white, and blue. It seems to me like it's the most Americana kind of message that's out there. But culture today is saying basically everything that you're putting in this song, your song is now counterculture.
Yeah, unfortunately it is, because if you look at the history of this country, what that song is literally a representation of what the founders had in mind, what the original citizens of this country had in mind when it came to America. Now, culturally things have shifted to such a far left place and a crazy place that messages, like I'm saying in that song, is fringe or far right or counterculture, like you said, and it's wild how far we've come.
So Bryson Gray with us right now. You can follow him on Twitter at Real Bryson Gray, and learn more about what he's doing on a regular basis. But the song is called God Save America. Where can people, if they want to make this their own, or, there's a lot of places you can listen to music, air quotes, for free these days. But I think there are people out there who want to support what you're doing and your message. How do they do that?
If you want to actually buy it, you can buy it on iTunes, but it's everywhere. It's one of my songs that isn't banned on every platform. So, so currently you can listen to it pretty much anywhere.
Okay, so at Real Bryson Gray on Twitter, all the information is there. I'm going to share with you at the end of this, folks, a way that you can get updates when Bryson Gray releases his music. So the thing that, when I was listening to this, you're talking about God, you're talking about family, you're talking about patriotism, you're talking about people who have sacrificed to protect all of those things. And watching the music video that you put together, it's a diverse video. It's if you were to listen to the people on the other side of the political aisle, generally speaking, on the far left, and I don't even really include the moderate Democrats that are pretty disenchanted with the way the country is moving right now. They don't like the direction that a whole host of different things are headed. But when it comes to culture and the things that you're listing here, God, family, patriotism, sacrifice, and caring about one another, that welcomes a very diverse community into all of those different things. What's your experience with that?
Well, where I'm from, and I'm currently back in High Point, North Carolina, where I was born and raised, that's what most people in the community that I live in grew up believing in also. It's just politics have become such a divisive culture, and with all the propaganda creating what I feel like is unnecessary division amongst American people. Because like you said, there are a lot of people that believe in the same things I'm talking in this song, but they're blinded by all the crazy words and the things from politics, so it's hard to break through it. But hopefully this song can break through it. That's why I make music in the first place, to break through, because all the other music is disgusting and demonic.
Bryson Gray with us right now. You can follow him on Twitter at Real Bryson Gray. You can check out his song, God Save America, wherever you get music from. How do you feel the political world that is constantly working to try to separate us, divide us, put us in our separate corners so that we never talk to each other? When you put out a song like this, the reaction that you get from it, does it feel like you only get love from one of those corners, or does it come from multiple places?
In the beginning, I felt like I was only getting love from one of them corners. But now, since the current administration is doing such a bad job, a lot of other people are starting to tune in and listen to it and say, maybe he's actually right. So now I'm starting to get people from multiple corners. But I am a very religious person, so there's a lot of people in certain corners that's just simply gonna write me off as a bigot. But it's literally diversifying a lot lately.
Bryson, the last question that I have for you is about the cultural push that we have today about lifestyle choices, being your authentic self, being able to live the life that you choose to and evolve into. And I'm a Christian myself. I talk about that on this show quite a bit. And, I kind of wonder out loud, even more frequently now than I have in the past, why my Christian lifestyle can't be a lifestyle choice that I have that is eagerly accepted by other people when they hear this is how I choose to live my lifestyle. And when I talk about that, the number one thing that I come across is that we need more people being willing to say, yeah, I'm a Christian. That's who I am. You don't have to love it. You don't have to agree with it, but it's who I am. And you're not going to come into my house and tell me how to live my life, because that's kind of the way things are going right now. Do you feel like your impact on the music industry, on culture, especially as it intersects with the very, very aggressive political world, that more people are willing to say, you know what, I am a Christian. This is part of who I am, or are we not there yet?
Well, we're getting there, but not there yet, because a lot of people still fear certain groups. But that's part of the reason why I do my music. It sounds so weird in America for me to say this, but I'm trying to re-normalize the Bible being talked about. You know, because now people shy away from talking about the Bible, and the reason why is because over the last 30 or so years, this the powers that be has been pushing this me culture where everybody thinks about themselves. So when they see people that pit something above themselves that they, I'm gonna use the word submit, that they submit to, like God, people that only care about me, they have a hard time accepting that, especially if you disagree with what they do. See, I was just at a rally of some sort, not one that I'm accepted at, but I was there, and a lady just disrespected God in front of me. She just disrespected him. And I said, but what if I said this to you? And then she instantly got mad. And it's because it's rules for fee, but not for me. And that's where we at now.
Yeah. Well, I want to play your song here for people to listen to. I want them to be able to hear your message in its entirety, the way it was intended. And I want to remind people right now, you can text Culture to 855-909-1389 for new music releases from Bryson. And we like to have people on here who are talking about all different representations in the world. And being Christian is absolutely one of them. And Bryson, we are glad that you put this song out, and we're glad to share it with our listeners right now. And we're very grateful that you came on to talk to us about it today.
Hey, thank you so much for having me on.
Okay. We'll talk to you again soon, Bryson. Next release, of course. He's a rapper, YouTuber, and you can subscribe to him on YouTube. Bryson Gray, this is the song God Save America. If you like it, go get it. This is how you support people who are putting out content that supports the things that you do. We'll be back after the song.
I don't know what all that means to you. Yeah. But for me, it's about family and liberty and our almighty creator and his son, who he is sent as our only savior. Turn back to God. Oh, yeah. Said, turn back to God. Turn back to God.
Why you think them soldiers die? Why you think them families cry? It wasn't for us to be brainwashed by politicians' lies, because they work together while convincing us to pick a side. A country is bound to fail when it loses its faith in God. And I was born, I was raised in the land of the free. And I don't know about you, but it's what it means to me. It's about liberty, it's about family and God. Remember that when the fireworks go off in the skies.
I was born in the red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. I don't know what all that means to you. Yeah. But for me, it's about family and liberty and our almighty creator and his son, who he is sent as our only savior. Turn back to God. Our God is life, for him a live. For him turn back to God. God is love. Our God is turn back to God. Turn back to God.
Better turn back to Christ. I want to see you in the afterlife. I'm all about that family life. Get the fire cracking for family night. Hey, let's remember all the people that died for that red, white, and blue. I got that eagle inside, and he flying high, sky's not the limit. Call a friend and put another chicken on the skillet. So grab your kids and hold them tight. Make sure that they know the light. We all gonna stand for the anthem when they show the stripes.
I was born in the red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. I don't know what all that means to you. Yeah. But for me, it's about family and liberty and our almighty creator and his son, who he is sent as our only savior. Turn back to God. Our God is love. Our God is life, for him a live.
Mark Reardon Show.
The word hello has only been around since 1883.
What?
Are you going to throw a flag on this one, Mark?
No,
Yeah,
do not throw a flag. Okay, go ahead and look it up.
Weekdays from 3 to 6 on 97.1 FM Talk.
Air Comfort Service. When you have a hot week like this one in St. Louis, you want to make sure that your air conditioner is good and working order. And you can call Air Comfort Service when you know that something's not right, but you also know that you need to get treated right. So you can call somebody, try to save some money. They come out. If they don't fix the problem, you're going to have to call the experts anyway. Call Air Comfort Service first. I trust them in my house to come and look at all of the different things in our air conditioner, furnace, water heater. And they gave us the straight truth. They gave us options too. So we ended up replacing all three of those things over the course of like 2.5 years time. And we did each one with Air Comfort Service. And when they came and talked to us, I remember specifically about the furnace, they were telling us, we can repair this for you. And it was going to cost about 2/3, I think, of a replacement. And they said, we can do this. It might last a few years. It might not. It's hard to tell because other things might break down on the unit. And I just went with them and chose to replace it because I didn't want to have to worry about that in the future. And they were very upfront and honest with us. If you're looking for great financing options, rebate access, Air Comfort Service will help you the entire way. Reach out to them today if anything is not working right on your air conditioning unit, and check on your neighbors and your loved ones and make sure that they are in their comfort zone as well. 314-513-0091, online at aircomfortservice.com.
This is Judge Mike Carter. As the judge of Wentzville and an attorney, I've had the honor of working with Lincoln County Prosecutor Mike Wood and St. Charles Prosecutor Tim Lomar. We all share a great respect for the rule of law and keeping our families and communities safe. As your next Republican state senator, I'll oppose those who want to defund and tie the hands of our police. I'll protect our Second Amendment rights and see that strong laws are in place to dissuade those who think they can come here to break into your car or home. I'm Mike Carter, and I want to earn your vote to be your Republican state senator. This is Judge Mike Carter, Republican candidate for the new 10th District State Senate seat. I believe strongly, as I know you do, in safeguarding our personal freedoms and securing our rights as guaranteed under the Constitution. I'll put my knowledge and experience to work for you, protecting those rights, opposing tax hikes, keeping families safe by opposing those who want to defund the police, making small businesses and family farms a priority, and safeguarding our Second Amendment. I'm Mike Carter, and I hope to earn your vote to be your next Republican state senator. Go to MikeCarter.com to learn more. Paid for by me, Mike Carter.
Call Zero Res today and ask for the Mark Reardon special. This month, Zero Res of St. Louis is offering a 3-room special starting at $119 and $75 off air duct cleaning. Visit ZeroResSTL.com or call 314-474-2020. That's 474-2020. Zero Res.
Are you feeling the pinch of higher prices?
Costs may be rising, but with Golden Oak Lending's fixed rates, you can give yourself a raise.
James Hawkins here, president of Golden Oak. You can offset today's high prices by using the low interest equity in your home to pay off credit cards, make home improvements, or simply put cold hard cash back in your pocket.
It only takes a few minutes to see if you can save hundreds. Our average cash out customer saves $904 each month.
So what are you waiting for? Lock in our low rate while you still can. Start saving money and skip 2 mortgage payments.
Call your local loan officers at 314-567-GOLD while there are still millions of dollars available. Plus, you pay nothing out of pocket.
That's right. If we can't close your loan, the appraisal is no charge.
Get relief from high prices by calling 314-567-GOLD today.
Golden Oak Landing, short my blue.
NMLS 114937.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Studio. Get in your comfort zone with a new HVAC system and see if you qualify for 0% financing and $100 to $900 in utility rebates. For details and a free estimate, visit aircomfortservice.com.
Bringing you up-to-the-minute traffic like nobody else. Sue Thomas and Dependable Traffic, driven by Ambassador Midwest Floor Company. The best way to deal with in-home traffic. Experience more at Ambassador Midwest Floor. The Annie Frey Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
Here in Massachusetts, these so-called crisis pregnancy centers outnumber genuine abortion clinics by 3 to 1. They are giving it over to people
who wish them harm. And that has to stop. We need to put a stop to that in Massachusetts right now.
Elizabeth Warren there talking. It's like such positive music for the entire show today. But then, of course, we have to dip into Wiggins America.
Wiggins! Oh! Wiggins!
But it's a super important topic. Hi, Ryan.
Hi. So sometimes Wiggins America is flowers and puppies. You know that.
Flowers?
Yeah. Dang it.
Mostly puppies.
I shouldn't have said flowers. Again. Again.
Hey, the YouTube live chat poll today is, should Wiggins buy his wife flowers tonight? Yes or no? How many votes do we need to get to convince you? Like total votes in the poll?
300,000.
300? We're not going to get 300 votes.
I'll say 200.
200 votes?
If we get 200,
I think that we have gotten 200 votes on the Annie Frey YouTube live chat poll maybe one time.
Do they have to be yes votes, or
No,
they have
just
to
votes.
be 200 votes?
I'm
So
talking
if they all
total
vote no,
votes. Yeah. There's a lot of people saying that we're pressuring you too much to buy flowers for your wife.
they're right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and so if the vote comes back no, then you have to buy flowers for me.
I'll buy you flowers.
Okay.
I'll buy you. I asked you just this week if you would enjoy getting flowers, and you said no. You want food.
That's right. If you could buy me some sort of
Which, when you start negotiating spontaneous gifts
Yeah.
with the person gifting it, it becomes less impactful.
Yeah. Well, it's about me ultimately. The whole poll is about me.
It is today.
So
Give me a number right now.
200.
If we get 200 votes on the poll,
Yep. I'll do it.
if we get 300 votes on the poll, I'll go to Schnucks and buy Ryan flowers
And I will re-gift those flowers
to your wife.
to my wife.
Done.
All right, good.
That is a win-win-win.
This is all my fault for saying flowers and puppies. 'Cause I was
It is.
coming
I
to
wasn't
this
going
segment.
here.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing this.
Coming to this segment, a lot of times I bring just some of the goofy stuff or just really weird off the radar stuff. This one is
Awful.
is terrible. It is right in line with the national conversation.
Flowers and puppies would have been better.
Well, it's a Friday, and I was looking for some fun stuff, but I saw this, and it's actually been on my radar all week, and I haven't gotten to it, and I'm finally I got to talk about
He
this.
also gave two subjects to talk about before this, and I nixed both of them for two very different reasons. And he's like, fine, we'll talk about supporting or attacking different pregnancy centers.
The first one, I was like, this one's kind of goofy, right? And it was like, no, let's just do Wiggins America
I thought
over the weekend with
I
that
thought
stuff.
the first one that you suggested, I thought we would have to apologize for later.
Probably.
Yeah, which is why I said no. I'm not here for that. Anyway,
this one is, so I wanted to open with that clip from Senator Warren, because in it, if you listen closely to what she was saying, there's two different clips kind of matched together, but she's at a press conference and she's talking about how concerning it is that in her state of Massachusetts, and the language she uses is really intentionally inflammatory, that crisis pregnancy centers outnumber quote unquote genuine abortion clinics, as if like they're the weird generic version of an abortion clinic, which they're not. They're completely different. 3-1. And that is a huge concern, because in the second clip, she says those places are trying to actively cause harm to women. That's what she says.
Which I will remind you that if you do go to a crisis pregnancy center that does not do abortions, they will do everything they can to provide you and equip you with all of the information you need to know what's really going on in your body. They can't stop you from going. If you went there thinking, I'm going to go to such and such place to get an abortion, and that you go there and they are like, oh, would you like a free pregnancy test? Would you like a free ultrasound? Would you like to know where you are in development? You're going to get all that information. And then if you go, yeah, now let me have the abortion, they're going to say, I'm sorry, I can't do that. And then you're going to go to a place that provides abortion. And that's not what you just did. Isn't going to cost you anything.
Yeah, exactly. That's part of it, is that it's all free. And so a lot of women, knowing what a crisis pregnancy center is, will go there, get ultrasounds, get a bunch of free stuff, know that they're not going to get the abortion there, get all that stuff done there for free, and then go get the abortion. So it's not as if they're saying, no, we won't do that for you because you're going to get an abortion. They are actively helping anybody who walks into the door with free services, including diapers, including clothes. I mean, they do all this stuff.
And they all of the ones that I know about, and I'll speak specifically right now to Thrive and to Mosaic Pregnancy Centers on the east side of the river, it does not stop when the baby is born. They provide so much for these women into the baby's life.
Yes.
And what is the biggest criticism from, I'm not going to say pro-choicers, but pro-aborts? about
yes.
pro-lifers is you just want the baby to be born and then you don't care about it at all. That's not true.
Not
and
true at all.
Elizabeth Warren knows it, and she mad.
And guess what? Those places get no state funding.
Correct.
Those are all privately funded and pretty well funded by a lot of generous people just donating to them to take care of women in those situations, hopefully to encourage them to still have a baby.
Puppies and rainbows and flowers would be so much better.
It's just so shocking to me. And I guess I shouldn't be shocked, but like the amount of just dust and crap and lies and stuff that has stirred up since Roe was overturned. You know, like I was listening to Biden's speeches today, and he said that like if a woman goes to the hospital because of a miscarriage, her doctor's going to wait and call a lawyer to see if he can treat her and blah, 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 blah. And it's like all of this stuff, they lie about crisis pregnancy centers. They lie about what this is going to cost. Oh, no, you're not going to be able to travel across state. It's all lies to gin up support. And it just bothers me to no end. None of it's true. None of it is true.
You know what we can do here as people who raise your hand if you're pro-life. Yes,
pro-life.
3 for 3 here. So if you are somebody who hears what Elizabeth Warren, I think Brian's going to talk to us a little bit more about it here in just a second. If you hear what she's saying, this is about Massachusetts specifically.
That clip is.
But she's talking broader. She's always talking broader.
Well, I've got more, but yeah, go ahead.
So if you're somebody sitting in Missouri or Illinois right now, and you are like us, and you want to be a part of a solution for both the woman and the baby, which if you listen to the show with any length of time, we always say you have to help the woman help the baby. You got to not exclude or judge or shame the woman. If you are a pro-lifer who is shaming that woman, knock it off. Simple as that. If you go to vitaefoundation.org right now, which has been a partner with our show for some time, I speak at many of their events, MC them, and they have an event coming up. You can go to vitaefoundation.org right now. This is really easy. Top right corner, it says donate. $9.71. You can do that. $9.71. It's Friday. It's probably payday for a lot of people. Go support Vitae Foundation because Vitae Foundation supports all of those places across the country, honestly.
Oh, that's great.
It's across the country. It's not just here, but what they do is they help partner women who might be in a position to be seeking an abortion or seeking information. When they Google where to go, Vitae Foundation works by sending them to places that will help them, give them the information to not abort those babies. vitaefoundation.org. $9.71 donations right now. Let's just send a few of those to Vitae Foundations and be a part of the solution.
Or $97.10.
You can move the decimal anywhere
wherever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I set up that clip because you'd think, oh, this is just crazy Senator Warren. She's way left. She's angry. She's always yelling about stuff. But she's talking about she's saying stuff that's very, very inflammatory, like we've got to shut down crisis pregnancy centers because we want to support women. Okay, that makes no sense.
You just say it really fast and then
you
say something else.
Okay, yeah, and then you just keep moving on. But that stuff doesn't exist in a vacuum. Listen to what's happened now. Happened, not happening. It's happened in New York. A new package of bills in New York State was signed into law by Governor Kathy Hochul, all concerning protecting and expanding abortions. In that package of bills was $17 million allocated to investing pregnancy crisis centers to see if they're sharing, get ready for it, medical misinformation, and to see if they're attempting to discourage abortions. The study authorizes the state health commissioner to conduct studies and issue reports examining the unmet health and resource needs of facing pregnant women in New York.
What's the opposite of discouraging abortions?
I would say that that's encouraging life.
The opposite?
Wait, discouraging abortions?
It's the opposite of discouraging abortions.
That would be encouraging abortions. Okay, yes. Yes.
So if you're not discouraging abortions, I guess what they're saying is you must be encouraging them.
Yes, they are encouraging abortions. They are trying to influence and basically persecute crisis pregnancy centers out of existence in their state.
Man, they are losing, and they are losing hard.
That's terrible. That is terrible. And when women hear about that, it's not a political issue. It's just like, come on, give me a break. This isn't good. This isn't fair. And it's bad for everybody, and everybody knows it.
We'll be right back with the 1 o'clock hour on the Annie Frey Show in a minute. Don't go away.
We'll never get it about the hardworking people of Missouri, that we love our country and our flag. Family, faith, and freedom are worth preserving. Those who come to our country should do so legally. Parents have a voice in their children's education. Police officers are the good guys. And we're not giving up our guns. If that offends the media, too bad. I'm Judge Mike Carter, Republican candidate for state senator in the 10th District. Go to MikeCarter.com to learn more. This is Judge Mike Carter. I'm running for Senate here in Lincoln and St. Charles County. What you may not know is I run the Cowboy Judge Show on ABC on the weekends. You can actually check out all the episodes at MikeCarter.com, and you might see Mike Wood, Lincoln County prosecutor, Tim Lomar, St. Charles County prosecutor. We actually talk a little bit about Pam Hupp and the things that they have to do on a regular basis to keep us safe in our communities in Lincoln and St. Charles County. The Cowboy Judge Show on ABC on the weekends. Go to MikeCarter.com and check it out. Paid for by me, Mike Carter.
MySlim180.com is the website. Simple to go to and simple to learn about how they can help you lose weight. They have 3 different programs that are available to you right now. And hey, save 35% off. I want to tell you about my first journey with the HCG that I did before my vacation. I lost over 22 pounds. My overall goal is 30, but I lost 22 pounds in a month, folks. I've kept it off, and that includes being on vacation for a week. I'm going to regroup with them in about a week to make sure that I can get on their next program that's got to help me work through living a normal lifestyle, raising kids, being busy, and still losing weight and maintaining that weight loss. If you have thought ever about losing weight, and maybe you've tried everything or maybe you've tried nothing, Slim 180 can help you. They've helped me, and I know that they're just a phone call away, a quick website visit away from you to starting the next chapter of your happy life. Find out all the information online, also how to save by mentioning the Annie Frey Show, by visiting myslim180.com.
This is Mark Cox from my trusted friend and realtor, Gloria Liu, with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. She's the agent I've been recommending for years now. Take my recommendation and call her, because if you're planning to sell your home in this crazy seller's market, you don't want to leave a single dollar on the table. You're going to love working with Gloria, and here's why. She'll guarantee to sell your home at your agreed to price and time frame, or she'll buy it. Guaranteed in writing. Her secret, well, she already has the buyers. Thousands of them looking for homes in your price range in your neighborhood. Lawrence and Shelby sold their St. Louis home in just 3 days at $17,000 over asking price with multiple offers. That's when their previous agent had produced 0 results. They chose Gloria. You can too. Call her today at 314-325-6888. That's 314-325-6888. Or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
KFTK FM Florissant, driven by the Bomarito Automotive Group, 97.1 FM Talk.
An Odyssey station.
Former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has been assassinated. I'm Ann Carrick, Fox News. Abe was shot and killed today while giving a campaign speech. More from Fox's Alex Hogan.
This attack is almost unfathomable for the people of Japan, given that the country has some of the strictest gun laws. U.S. President Joe Biden calling it, quote, a tragedy for Japan and all who knew him. Former President Donald Trump saying in part he was a man who loved and cherished his magnificent country, Japan. And former President Barack Obama tweeting, I will always remember the work we did to strengthen our alliance.
The 67-year-old went into cardiopulmonary arrest at the scene and died later at the hospital. So far, little is known about the gunman. Security tackled the 41-year-old man. He is in custody. Executive order to protect abortion. The president looking to provide and protect access to contraception and convene volunteer attorneys to represent women seeking an abortion. President Biden.
We need 2 additional pro-choice senators and a pro-choice House to codify Roe as federal law. Your vote can make that a reality.
The president also commenting on inflation and the negative impact on the economy.
We still have a lot of work to do. I'm not suggesting there's a lot more work to do, but I am suggesting we're making significant progress. The program is working.
Opponents blame inflation on spending packages passed last year, while President Biden points to Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the COVID-19 impact on the global supply chain. Republican fundraising emails marked as spam by default, accusations now aimed at Google. Researchers say once email is used, spam filters adjust to the user's preferences.
The RNC says they estimate Google's spam filters cost the party $2 billion in donations since 2019.
Fox's Hillary Vaughn. Google says there's no political bias in spam filter algorithms. America's listening to Fox News.
Every search you make, every click you take, they'll be watching you.
Are you tired of being tracked online? There's a simple solution. DuckDuckGo. It's an all-in-one privacy app with a built-in private search engine, web browser, one-click data clearing, email protection, and more, all for free. Download the app today and get the most comprehensive privacy protection with the push of a button. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
What you've heard about probiotics is probably wrong.
I eat yogurt, so I don't need to take a probiotic.
Probiotics? They don't really work.
It's time to learn the truth about probiotics and join the Align Healthy Gut Team Up. Align has probiotics to naturally help relieve occasional bloating, gas, and abdominal discomfort. Try Align probiotics for a month and see how great a healthy gut can feel. Get $2 off your first month of Align at alignprobiotics.com.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Weather with Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
We'll continue to check out the skies for some scattered showers and thunderstorms going through the afternoon. One or two of them could be on the strong side, so we kind of need to pay attention to it. The humidity stays high. Any action fades very early this evening. Otherwise, partly to mostly cloudy skies, 70. Weekend's great. Saturday, partly sunny, lower humidity, lower temperatures, 85. Sunday, sunny and nice and comfortable, 85. This is 97.1 FM Talk, Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
There are many ways to listen. Most choose radio. But have you tried streaming? Download the Odyssey app and you can stream 97.1 with one touch. Or try it touchless by telling your smart speaker to play it. It's where the world, the country, and the community converge. 97.1 FM Talk. Right here, right now.
Lakeside Renovation and Design.com. That's the website. When you visit lakesiderenovationanddesign.com and you're looking through some of the beautiful transformations that they have made to people's houses, you're quickly going to understand why they're the go-to in St. Louis for this type of work on your home. You have a dream that you want to see come to a reality, and you do have a lot of choices. And you know what? There are a lot of other great companies out there. But the reason why Lakeside Renovation and Design stands above the rest is their full commitment to an incredible customer experience. And when you invite people into your home or outside of your home to make this transformation on your house, on the place that you live, you want to make sure you've put it in the best possible hands. You're investing money in this transformation, and you want to make sure that at the end, you're not like, okay, that was all right. You want to be like, I cannot wait for Lakeside to do the next project. And that's what happens over and over and over again. The repeat customers of Lakeside Renovation and Design speak for themselves. Check the reviews out. They are stellar. If you're looking for a home renovation, basement, kitchen, bathroom, exterior James Hardie siding, Infinity from Marvin fiberglass window replacement, and more, Lakeside Renovation and Design.com.
Tony LaRussa here. Has your loss of energy and weight gain thrown you a curveball in your relationship? If so, go see my friends over at Victory Men's Health. Discreet first-class professionals will help you hit those curves out of the park. VictoryMen'sHealth.com. That's VictoryMen'sHealth.com.
We've been here 30 years, 30 Christmases in this house, and we have the traditions that most families have.
That's Terry talking about her experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We did Rhino Shield 14 years ago, and the house still looks the same as the first day. Rhino Shield really worked with me to help me get just the right, nice, soft yellow, and it's 14 years later, and it's the same color.
The main reason Terry called Rhino Shield is because it's backed by its 25-year transferable warranty.
It just sounded wonderful that we could have the house coated with Rhino Shield and not have to worry about it again for 25 years.
Take it from Terry. Give Rhino Shield a call now for a free evaluation. 877-25-RHINO. 877-25-RHINO. Or visit 877-25rhino.com.
There have been neighbors that have come by and said, did you just have your house painted? Because they wanted to know who the contractor was. And I said, no, it's actually Rhino Shield.
877-25rhino.com.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Studio. In addition to heating and cooling, Air Comfort Service also offers indoor air quality, water heater, and AeroSeal duct sealing services. Get in your comfort zone with aircomfortservice.com.
Need a break from the sound bites and the talking heads? Do you want information you can actually use? Information that'll change your life for the better? Then listen to the Del Walmsley Radio Show.
Listen to the Del Walmsley Radio Show this Saturday afternoon from 1 to 2 p.m. on 97.1 FM Talk.
If you use a smart speaker, you can listen to 97.1 easier than ever. Just tell it to play 97.1 FM Talk. Or download the Odyssey app for your phone and stream the station whenever, wherever.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
All right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
Happy Friday. Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. Back in studio with Brad and Ryan today after a week's vacation last week and then had some sniffles earlier this week and just out of an abundance of caution stayed home. But we haven't been in studio for 2 weeks together.
I think exactly 2 weeks today.
Because my last show was the Friday before I went on vacation.
And if we include Hannah, it's going to be even longer.
Yeah, till Monday. Because we'll all be back together on Monday.
Brad, you're not on vacation next week?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not
so
next week.
I was thinking it would be even longer. So never mind.
So when I was gone, Ryan, you filled in 3 days. John Hancock filled in 2 days. You hadn't done that for a while. Did the flow get easier for you throughout the week, or do you feel like you nailed it the second you walked in the studio?
Tuesday at noon was my first moment. And I felt like I kind of peaked. And peaked is a tough word to use there because I didn't get any lower either. You know, it was like plateaued right there at noon on Tuesday, right through the end of Friday.
Maximum performance?
Maximum, yeah,
10 out of
100%.
10? All right, Brad, let's ask you. Have I been off for a whole week? I guess.
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah, around Christmas you were.
I'll say this, the interesting thing about doing it is that last year when you were on maternity, I filled in for you quite a bit, obviously, because it was just me. Hey, everybody, I'm here now.
That was freaking chaos.
That was so crazy.
Yeah. I had 3 months off to be with my baby and basically spent my entire maternity leave worrying about work. So I digress.
And
Thanks for bringing that up.
You're welcome.
That could almost be the diamond in the rough.
That was, well, that was me just being like, okay, here's the fire. Let's go.
You know what the alternative was? Dead air.
Exactly.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
They let you come back.
I tend to get those opportunities.
Kyle stepped up in a big way that time.
Yeah, Kyle Wiggins, according to Dana Lash and the promo she made for me.
Which I did not know until D to the C made that promo for you.
Oh, you're kidding.
I didn't know.
that.
No, that was so funny.
Oh, yeah.
Was that as funny to you? Because did that promo get sent to you because you do the promos?
I wrote that promo and sent it to...
Did you write Kyle Wiggins?
No. Obviously, I wrote my own name, and the email was coming from me. And there is no Kyle anywhere in any of that copy. So I don't know where that came from. And I thought, she just had Kyle. She had somebody with name Kyle on the brain for the moment. And then she gave me a couple takes. You know, she gave me one take that said Kyle. I thought, that's kind of funny. Maybe I could use that at some point. They all said Kyle. So it wasn't as if she just like misspoke once. It was as if she was looking down at the copy from Ryan Wiggins about Ryan Wiggins filling in for Annie Frey and decided to just call me Kyle.
So listen, as an executive producer, I know that doesn't fall on the talent. That's not the talent's responsibility. That is the executive producer's responsibility to make sure.
As good as I was when I was filling
on
in.
Monday before the show, I'm going to go to Schnucks. I'm going to buy him some flowers.
To make sure that the talent doesn't mispronounce the name. So it's not Dana's fault. It's her producer's fault. And I don't know his name.
I don't know. It seems as if you're just reading a piece of paper that you would be able to just say it, you know?
Yeah, if the producer put the right name on the paper.
Well, I don't know where that would get transcribed incorrectly. But I will say this. Because last summer was so crazy, this was the first, I filled in here and there, but this was the first time I did several days in 1 week. It was easier now than it's ever been. And I think part of that is just I've done a show now for almost a year. So it's less scary because like you said, when you first started, you get up there and you go, I got to fill 3 hours of what?
My first show that I did on Saturday, I think it wasn't even my own first show. It was the first time I filled in for Mark Cox, who was doing, I guess, Sunday nights. I had 3 individual topics printed out with paragraphs written of what I thought for every segment. And it was a 2-hour show. So it was 6 segments, 18 topics total, and a paragraph written out on each one.
Did you bring in like in a wheelbarrow? Like, here's my
I had a
show
stack
prep.
of papers, and I thought
binder full of women.
I thought, a binder full of my own stuff. I thought I wanted out. I wanted to bail, and I knew that I couldn't. Like, if I blow it,
if you blow it, you blow it.
No offense, Sunday nights. It wasn't like the whole world would know.
No, it's different.
And people, like, that's why you get weekend shows, generally speaking, is the opportunity to go in and do a live performance for 2 hours, and it's throw you in the deep end.
Yep.
See if you can hang. And I just panicked.
What's amazing is that
panic.
you going in that prepared, that's impossible to do, even on a weekly basis, let alone a daily basis. What you've probably had to learn, and I've had to learn, is that you bring in topics and you just have to be knowledgeable about them enough to speak about them.
Yeah.
And then improv. I mean, you're just talking. So whatever topic.
Do you want to see how many notes I have here?
You probably have.
I have none.
Oh, you have none. So I would still bring in quite a few notes, but it was just almost like bullet point, like this. Like, this is my Wiggins America right there. I got some bullet points on that New York law.
That's a whole page. That page is.
Well,
one or two?
A couple paragraphs here that I was going to lead with, and if we needed like really deep information, this stuff down here. But I had to know
what
it.
Mark Cox would do. He'd just start with your 5th paragraph.
Well, he's right usually. Actually, you know
That's
what's
his
funny?
rule, and he's right about that.
You know what's funny? These top 2 paragraphs, those were the 5th paragraph in that article.
Oh, really?
I had to put them back up
And
top because I'm like, this is the real
where
story.
they're important.
Yeah. But you have to just kind of know your stuff overall, and you don't have to know everything, but you got to know a lot about a lot so that you can improv about anything and be knowledgeable enough to talk about it.
Isn't it interesting how much you can know about all this stuff? I'll speak for myself, and how little I know about, like, for instance, in my family, animals is one of the things. My kids will go, "Hey, Mom, what kind of sound does a rabbit make?" I'm like, "Ask your dad." I don't have any idea.
Oh my
Why do
gosh.
I even need to know that?
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
gonna talk to a rabbit.
Well,
are you gonna talk to a rabbit?
but
Go
some
talk
of
to your
those
dad.
questions-
He talks to rabbits.
That's weird.
That's such a crazy thing, because don't look that up on YouTube, because the only sounds I've ever heard rabbits make are utterly horrifying. And it's usually when they're getting attacked by something.
Yeah, by a lawnmower.
Say, "Hey, Thumper," and then you just say what you want to say and infer the rest.
The questions I get in the car are, Dad, how much does a building weigh?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Ask your dad.
What the heck kind of question is that? I don't know.
Don't you just answer it with confidence?
Oh, yeah, every time.
The thing that makes me
over 100, son.
300
Yeah.
billion, million, trillion.
and then you make up some
billion.
sort of measurement of
Mhm.
weight. The thing that makes me the most mad about the questions I get from my kids is that they're usually thoughtful questions that I have no idea what the answer is. And I'm like, "Ask your dad." And then I'm like, "But I kind of want to know the answer, but I'm not asking Jared." Like, I don't want him to know that I don't know this and then give him that moment of satisfaction. Like, "Okay, idiot." 'Cause that's the look I get. And I'm like, I know I'm stupid about this stuff. I know that I don't know anything about animals. We've had the fox conversation, right?
What does a fox say?
No.
Yeah, what does it say?
Ding, 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 ding. Don't react right away.
Okay.
What kind of animal is a fox? Do you know? Like, what kind of family does the fox belong to? Do you know?
I would have guessed the canine.
What would you guess?
It's not canine. It's something in between. Is it a bear?
No.
Actually, that didn't sound crazy.
I know, but could it also be feline?
No.
Yeah, feline, bear, canine.
No.
Clearly.
A fairline.
Fairline.
The fairline genus.
Fairline.
This is the type of stuff that I will tell my kids and be like, "Go play."
Well, what's the answer?
It's a canine.
Yes.
You feel like the smartest man alive.
Of course I do.
Well, I thought it was a cat, and I was not the smartest man alive in
No,
that
you were
moment.
not,
And my
clearly.
husband still thinks that is my dumbest moment
Wow.
and reminds me of it.
Well, I'm going to now too.
We'll just be driving in the car completely silent. He'll be like, "You remember when you thought a fox was a cat?"
Oh man, I'm doing that on the air.
That sounds like something I would do.
Yeah. Whenever you're feeling particularly low. By the way, you buying your wife flowers tonight?
Yes. Well, if we get to 200 votes,
200 votes on the
that's
YouTube
the
poll.
deal.
So the Andy Frey YouTube live chat poll: should Wiggins buy his wife flowers tonight? Yes or no? He says if we get to 200 votes, it doesn't even matter which way those votes go. 200 votes on the YouTube poll that he will make a stop at Schnucks tonight to buy his wife some flowers. I would say buy himself some flowers.
These are pretty.
This
I like
does
these.
say his wife. You can't make him home and be like, Hey, Katie, look at the flowers
Look
I
what
bought for me.
I got these for you, for me.
They're on my side of the bed, lady. Don't be smelling those flowers. But yeah, he just thinks that that's the funniest thing. And I mean, God's honest truth is I had no idea that a fox was a dog, a canine.
Well, I didn't really either, but I guessed right based on, like we said, you just got to have a general knowledge about a lot of things, and then you can infer some things, like what is a fox? And I think I chose correctly, didn't I?
So how much does a building weigh?
Over 100.
Over 100? Over 100 what?
Kilobits.
Yeah, kilobits.
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 Is that a measurement?
It sounds like something you'd measure, like
data
computer
or something.
processing.
I don't know.
Yeah, but my 5-year-old son would go like, "Whoa,
Gigabytes.
100 kilobits."
I've never heard anything weighing that much before. Exactly.
South Park would used to measure certain bodily functions in Courics. I don't know if you ever saw that, but that was funny.
You always wonder, like, how much of those things just do emanate from conversations that your kids bring to the table, that you sit there and then, like, you have a moment to think, and so you start going down the journey of why did they start thinking that? But no, really, what would be the answer to that? And what if the answer was this instead of that? And then pretty soon you're writing South Park episodes about
exactly
measurements. Of
my
bodily
oldest
functions.
son, he's 8 years old now. He just loves reading fact books. So he will stump me on things all the time because it's stuff that.
And he thinks you're the dumbest
Oh
person
yeah,
alive.
he's like,
and I'm like, Dad doesn't
I guess
even
I'm
know.
gonna prove that Dad's an idiot today again. Like that's what he wakes up every morning thinking. And so he'll ask me questions that I'm like, I know I'm walking into a trap here, but I don't know what to do. So he's like, what do you think about how was Brontosaurus the biggest dinosaur, Dad? And I'm like, I don't know, son.
It's a twep.
Seems like it was probably a pretty big one. And he goes, oh my gosh. Brontosaurus wasn't even a real dinosaur. That was a mistake made in 1812. It was actually a Brachiosaurus.
Oh man. Isn't it?
Sorry.
But at the same time, your kids think that their parents know everything. That's why they ask you these questions. They just think that you're Google.
Yeah.
We grew up without Google. Did our parents just BS us the entire time? Did they tell us they didn't know, or did they?
I think they probably BS'd us most of the time.
Did we wonder less about things because the access to information was so?
That's possible.
Like infinitesimally smaller.
There was less to be concerned with.
No way. I don't. No way that we as kids were less inquisitive than kids today. We wanted to know everything. I think our parents.
Yeah, but how many times do you get told by your parents, "I don't know, go away," before you stop asking questions?
Maybe it was a lot, and you just don't remember that because it was boring. You know, you only remember the interesting stuff. But now it's. I want to see what that looks like. Show me a picture of what that. Like Dad. I understand what a gun is.
There.
Show me what a musket is. Well, I could tell you, but now I can just show you. I can just pull up a video of one.
Why you got to bring up weapons of war?
Exactly, and I'm trying to get us there. I'm like, we had really little time left in this segment. Can I get us back to weapons of war somehow?
I know. I'll bring up muskets.
Let me tell this story about my son. It's a long way around, but I think we can get there.
Oh man, you guys want to do a little Ask Me Anything next?
Let's do it.
If you have a question you want to ask the show, it's super simple. After you go to the Any Fry YouTube live chat poll and vote, should Wiggins buy his wife flowers tonight? Yes or no? He says if we get 200 votes voting any which way, he will go to Schnucks tonight and buy his wife flowers. So I'm going to just start creating counts on the break here so that I can vote a whole bunch of times.
Not fair.
Fair.
Not fair.
It's just like any other election.
Well, yeah.
Just kidding.
Now you caught me.
From Illinois. You can go vote and then give us a comment or ask a question that you would like Brad and Ryan and myself to answer. Ask me anything on the other side of this break. Don't go away.
This is the Annie Fry Show. Follow Annie on Twitter at Annie Fry Show. The candidates are set in Illinois. Next up, the Missouri primary on August 2nd.
We know what the mission is.
97.1 is your place for full Decision 2022 coverage. Sponsored by Air Comfort Service and TR Hughes Homes.
Michael's Flooring Outlet online at igotfloored.com, your go-to for expert advice, customer service, and experience in flooring purchases. It's generally speaking a really, really awesome, great way to refresh your home. If you are finishing a new space in your home and you want to have the best, most comfortable carpet and you're looking for the best dealer for that Mohawk Smart Strand carpet, you go to Michael's Flooring Outlet. If you're looking for tile or carpet tile, if you're looking for vinyl, hardwood, something that mimics hardwood but maybe has less upkeep, all of it available for you at Michael's Flooring Outlet. They do have 3 locations across the St. Louis area. So if you're looking to make this shopping purchase sometime this weekend or start the process, you can visit them in St. Charles County on Main Street in Old Town St. Peters, Mid Rivers and Highway 70. You can go to West County on Olive Boulevard, just a mile off 270 West on Olive, or you can visit them at their Darting Prairie location. Your Michael's Flooring Outlet purchase is a few visits away, and you are going to be so glad that you went with the best customer service, the family-owned and operated business that has been here for almost 30 years in St. Louis, the people who care about you and making sure you have the best experience around. You can find them online at igotfloored.com.
Furnished by Finish Line Tax Solutions.
If you're getting letters from the IRS, call us immediately. The IRS is the only entity in the country that can seize assets without a court order. If you call us in time, then we know where they're at and we can intervene before anything damaging occurs. If you don't deal with your IRS problem, then they're going to take your paycheck, they're going to drain your bank account, and they may even take your house.
Call for your free tax relief information now. 800-801-4950. 800-801-4950.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey, Mike, what are you doing way up on that ladder? You're going to hurt yourself.
Oh, I'm trying to unclog these gutters.
That's smart. I had water damage from my gutters last year. It cost me $10,000.
Wait, $10,000?
Yeah, and from over here, it looks like water's been pouring over your clogged gutters, and it's probably doing real damage to your foundation. You need to do what I did. Get off the ladder and call Leaf Filter.
Yeah, but I need to get these gutters flowing now.
That's why you need to call Leaf Filter. They'll clean and realign your gutters and install their exclusive micro mesh screen system so nothing gets in your gutters except water.
So Leaf Filter protects my house from damage and means no more gutter cleaning for me?
Bingo! Plus, Leaf Filter has an industry-leading lifetime warranty, so your gutters are covered for life.
Thanks, Frank. I'm calling Leaf Filter today.
Don't go another day with your home unprotected. Call 1-844-300-LEAF or go to tryleaffilter.com for your free gutter inspection. Call 1-844-300-LEAF or go to tryleaffilter.com right now for an extra 15% savings. Call 1-844-300-LEAF or go to tryleaffilter.com. That's 1-844-300-LEAF.
If you're considering an annuity as part of your retirement plan, we need to talk. Hi, I'm Bob Stockdale, Senior Vice President Investments with the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel and host of On the Money Saturday mornings at 11 on 97.1 FM Talk. Annuities can be a useful tool for some retirement investors, but not all annuities are created equal. Every week, we meet clients who own complex annuities that don't suit their needs and, in some cases, actively undermine their retirement plan. Before you purchase an annuity, get a second opinion from the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel. Requesting a consultation is free of charge. To request a free consultation, contact us at clearpathinvesting.com. That's clearpathinvesting.com, or call us at 636-695-2650. That's clearpathinvesting.com or 636-695-2650. Stifel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member NYSE and SIPC.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
You keep saying you got something for me, something you call love, but confess you've been a mess.
This is the Annie Frey Show. Interact with Annie on Facebook. The Annie Frey Show.
These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over
Good song or bad song?
I like this song a lot, except that this was Sarah. We did a cameo thing while you were gone about different politicians and their cameos online. This is Sarah Palin's montage song for her to buy her cameo.
Oh, that's right.
And it's terrible. It's so bad. She's talking. Whoever's done it, you can't hear anything she's saying. All you can hear is boots are made for walking.
You're saying it was produced poorly.
Yes.
You're not mad that Sarah Palin likes Nancy Sinatra.
No, I like this song. It's just, she's like, oh, you know what we can do? I'll say a bunch of stuff. Randomly, you cut it together, put boots are made for walking.
Brad, you like the song?
It reminds me of Austin Powers, and that's Happy Memories. So
Jessica Simpson video ride? You seen that one?
Did she redo this song?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
No, I didn't know that.
She
yes.
didn't. She didn't. Doesn't exist.
She totally did it. Ryan.
What?
She totally did this song.
I don't know what you're talking. Is there? I don't know where even the joke is.
I will tell you what my dad just told me about our last conversation, where when we were growing up, what do people do? He said 3 words: look it up, followed by 5 words. No, you look it up. So I guess that was my childhood growing up, and I promise you that they were not looking things up for me.
No, that's why whenever somebody came to the door to sell you Encyclopedia Britannica, parents would be like, "Sure, absolutely, put that at the end of the hall."
Hours of fun.
Yeah. Because anytime, any question, I don't know, bought those freaking encyclopedias for
Post EMP, how valuable is a 1980s encyclopedia going to be?
Man, I know. That's why I saved them.
How many versions?
We got World Book and Britannica.
We have the latest, 1994.
That's what we have as well.
Yeah.
We know.
The shelf is curving.
Oh, yeah. Were they blue with the mauve colored?
Oh, no, you got the modern version.
What's mauve? Ours were like gold leaf.
Yeah, ours are black.
I don't know how to explain a color.
What is mauve to you?
Give me a basic color that I can associate it with.
Red-ish?
Yeah, no, ours were gold leaf lettering.
It's like mauve is like the color of your tongue, or it's what's supposed to be.
Fair enough.
Mine's probably kind of white from all the milk. My world books were kind of a milky tongue color.
What
about you?
Why would you call it mauve?
I don't
And
know.
then Ryan calls it milky tongue, and you go,
mauve?
oh, okay, I get it.
What is turquoise really? I mean, let's talk about it in theory.
Do you have asked me anything already?
I do.
I'm panicking here.
If you have anything to ask me, just go ahead.
I want the truth.
Say it. Thank you for your honesty.
You can't handle the truth. The truth shall set you free.
If you have some questions you would like us to answer, we will do so. You just got to go to the Annie Frey YouTube channel and comment your question. Just put AMA or ask me anything and the question that you would like me, or if you like Ryan or Brad to answer it, or all of us or some of us, whatever. You make the rules, comment the question, and we will do our best to answer them. The first question that I have is the first thing you do if you won the lottery. Ryan?
I would go ahead and see whether it was more valuable to get the whole thing now or spread it out over several years.
First thing you do when you get your lottery check.
All right, once I get the money.
The second thing you do.
I was going to say, pass out.
Pay the medical bill from hitting my head.
I'm probably honestly doing boring things like looking at how to invest it properly. It's not fun stuff. I mean, maybe we go on a big vacation, but aside from that, I'm just looking at how
Where's
to make
the
it
vacation?
last. Like Denmark or something. So somewhere that we would never go.
Do you
otherwise.
traverse on the Annie Frey show plan to make Iceland and Greenland switch names?
Yeah, I may. If I win the lottery, I'd probably try to fly to Nook and talk to the leaders of Nook and see if I could get them to change the name of the country. Because it's only a town about the size of Edwardsville.
So it's talking about how I'm really bad at animals. I'm also not great at geography.
Well, I don't know how many people go, oh, obviously the capital of Greenland is Nook.
Is Nook by Nilbog?
I didn't even know what to Google. Oh, N-U-U-K.
N-U-U-K. Mm-hmm.
I Googled N-O-O-K. And then nothing came up, so I added city. Sorry, Jared. He's a geography teacher. What do you do? What's the first thing you do, Brad?
I buy an Aston Martin DBS.
That's specific.
What is that?
That is my dream
It's a plane. Oh.
Dream car?
Dream car.
Ah.
With a V10.
How much does that cost?
I'm not really sure because they don't make them anymore.
Doesn't matter.
And they're used. So you'd have to get one, I say used, but it probably has like 1,000 miles on it or something because these rich people buy these cars and they don't drive them.
Which you would then be one of these people.
I would be one of these people, but I would drive my car. It would not be a trailer queen.
Would you be driving at your Aston Martin? Sounds bad.
Go Aston.
Would you be driving your Aston Martin to Walmart to buy your?
I'm driving my Aston Martin down to Walmart.
You drive your Aston Martin wherever you want to go.
I won the lottery.
You know what? You can go to Target now.
Yeah. I thought an Aston Martin VBS was a vacation Bible school curriculum.
VBS.
See?
D is in dork.
Yeah.
Like you.
Well, you thought a fox was a feline, so.
Hey, this insult to him, not me. I'm laughing with you, not at you.
All right.
Now I'm mad.
Good. No, now we're friends again. We're friends again right now.
Is that how it goes?
Yep, I said it.
Man, I'm paying off every ounce and penny of debt that I have. Like the best feeling I will have in that circumstance of winning the lottery and having that, what I for the sake of this conversation is like basically unlimited money as far as we're concerned here in radio, is the feeling of zero debt. And after that, maybe a vacation. I don't know. I don't think that I would want to not work.
Yeah, if I won the lottery, I'm going to Disney World.
I'm bringing my Aston Martin to work.
Well, you can go to Disney World and then you can get an onslaught of criticism for it afterwards and feel real good about yourself. We're never talking about it again, folks. Just leave me alone. What's your question?
It's a potato chip related. So
I hate you. I hate you.
No, I understand you might have also a potato chip related question.
You can't ask a potato chip question.
I don't know
this
what
is
yours
off-air
is.
stuff coming on air. How many potato chip questions can there be?
Oh gosh, are you kidding? Numerous as the stars are in the sky.
How many potato chip questions can we realistically ask in one 12-minute segment and not get criticized by our boss for it later?
As many granulated pieces of sand as are on the seashore. So my question is
granulated sand.
I added an adjective that was unnecessary. My question is, when you get a thing of cylinder, I guess, of Pringles, what do you call them? Can? I guess a can of Pringles.
This isn't ask me myself anything.
Okay.
You just asked a question.
Okay.
And
my question is,
had a
what do you call a
in the middle
container
of
of Pringles?
But you already answered it.
Can.
They're
all right. And now, second, like we said, there's so many potato chip questions.
You stop. I've had enough. Brad, you have a question?
Could it be about potato chips?
Yes. Yes, it can, because there are numerous.
Ridges or non?
Ooh, that's a good one. Ridges. You next.
She's so mad at me.
I had a potato chip question, and you knew that.
You can ask it still.
And you scooped me.
No, I did not.
You Tostito scooped me.
I did not. See, look, that's another type of chip. It just keeps coming.
Not a potato chip, though, so it doesn't
count. It's like
count.
standing at the bottom of an avalanche of chip questions. There's so many.
And not preferable.
Just opening your mouth.
Nobody wants to do that.
Here comes the avalanche.
Nobody wants to sit at the bottom of an avalanche of potato chips.
Are you kidding? That's what some people would do with their lottery money. The first thing I'm doing, I'm putting a whole bunch of chips up on a mountain. I'm standing under it.
I need a regroup.
Well, let me ask my potato chip question, because
You
I didn't get to it.
No, you asked yourself.
That was pregame.
On air.
That was pregame.
Which all could have happened in your head, and we could have all skipped that part and been talking about meaningful things.
When you open a can of Pringles, how many is the appropriate amount to take in one bite? Are you just eating one?
No.
Are you eating two? You eating 3, 4, 5? What's the amount in one bite?
3.
Trying to measure how wide my mouth opens. So
I'm not saying how many can you. Everybody can.
No, yeah, whatever. I don't know, like an inch thick stack of them. Whatever, however many that is.
Inch stack?
Yeah.
That's like 12.
Wow. That's that's like a fourth of the can you're eating all at once. Okay. That's fine. I didn't say you couldn't do that. I was just wondering.
How frequently when you open a can of Pringles do you do the duck?
Clearly you do it pretty often.
If my kids are around.
I can't tell you I've ever done that.
Mm-hmm.
How many times do you do it?
If I said if my kids are around, I'm
pretty
doing
much
it.
every time.
Great.
Are they laughing every time?
If I do it
They're
right.
like, oh, there goes mom again. Gosh, somebody get her some Pringles every single day. She makes my day. The answer, by the way, is 2.
Brian on YouTube says Wiggins would be twerking upside down on the beach if he won the lottery.
No, forget the lottery.
Ew.
That's what I'm doing if I'm running for Congress in
Let
Southern
that
Illinois.
visual float around in your mind.
Maybe Northern Illinois.
Northern. He doesn't live in the district. He's disqualified.
Oh my gosh.
But man, look at that torque. He's got it down.
Who started this question from Todd?
Oh, are these from the stream?
Yeah, I can't read that on the air.
Okay.
Michael on YouTube says, celeb for president. If you were to, if there was a celebrity that you were going to make the president, who would it be? Michael suggests Gary Sinise.
I'll see your Gary Sinise and raise you a Mike Rowe.
That's still mine. I'll have to think of another one.
James Woods.
Hercules or Hades? The guy who runs hell?
No.
In character.
Wait, what?
James Woods is the voice of Hades in Disney's Hercules.
Oh, he is?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
I just like his politics.
If you look at James Woods' face and you compare it with the Hades, who is the blue with the fire hair and stuff in Hercules,
Never seen
they
Hercules.
do kind of. We just watched it this weekend.
Well, I'm voting for the hell guy.
Satan.
Apparently.
What celebrity? I don't know. Lucifer.
Yeah.
I don't even
I know. There's
follow up on
there's
that.
so many ways to go.
Just don't do any of them. Remember that story you wanted to do for Wiggins America that I said no because I thought we'd have to apologize for it later?
This was worse.
This might go in that direction, and I feel it in my bones, so we're just gonna let it go. All right. More Ask Me Anything around the other side of this break, and a new little feature we're doing on the show called The Diamond in the Rough. It's brought to you by thediamondshop.net, and we are going to give you a quick positive story to just a little shot in the arm to brighten your day. So that's going to be right around the other side of the corner. You can go vote in the Annie Frey YouTube live chat poll. Should Wiggins buy his wife flowers tonight? Yes or no? If we get 200 votes on the poll total, then he said he will definitely go do it. That doesn't mean that he's not going to if he doesn't get 200, but maybe he won't tell us. And I said if we get 300 votes, I buy Ryan flowers.
Let's get to 300.
That Ryan will then
repurpose
to his wife, which is more love for Mrs. Wiggins. And your Ask Me Anything questions, keep submitting them on the YouTube chat. We'll be back in a minute.
You keep lying when you ought to be truthing. And you keep losing when you ought to not bet.
The Annie Frey Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
Now what's right is right, but you ain't
The Mark Cox Morning Show.
Next thing you know, he calls the chicken police on me.
Chicken homicide happened.
It was murder most foul.
Yeah, he was unclucky, as the news people down there said.
Weekday mornings 5 to 9.
Man, I slept.
New ZQuil Pure Z's Restorative Herbal Sleep is made for people who are tired of being tired.
I've never slept like this before. I've never woken up like this before.
A melatonin-free sleep aid made with a botanical blend that contains clinically studied and effective valerian root, hops, and passion flower, shown to help promote better restorative sleep. ZQuil Pure Z's Restorative Herbal Sleep. Sleep this good, feel this good. Available at retailers near you.
5X480. Dayton B100 V-Belt, one of the many parts Grainger carries. It's also the item that helped Rob carry the day. The job was on hold, deadline fast approaching, but a quick search on Grainger.com and Rob found his part. And with same-day pickup at his local branch, he and his crew got the job done, safely and on time. Get supplies and solutions for every industry with real-time product availability. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you're looking to get your hair cut this weekend, gentlemen, I know exactly where you should go. People are going to treat you with the dignity and respect that you deserve. Hair Salon. It's simple. Go to hairsaloon.com right now and learn about the different locations that they have. 16 of them across the greater St. Louis region. Yes, of course, on Missouri, but yes, of course, also on the Illinois side. It's where my husband and my son go to get their haircuts, and they look fantastic every single time. My husband went and got his summer haircut a few weeks ago, and my son, of course, like all the other young boys, are trying to grow their hair out, wanted to get his hair cut so he could grow it out, and they did such a great job giving him that opportunity to have his hair still be long, but have it look kept, trimmed, and lovely. When you go to Hair Salon, you're going to get a complimentary beverage, a relaxing shampoo. You can get it topped off with a hot towel mint, complimentary shoe shine, and you are going to experience the tradition and integrity that Hair Salon puts into each and every experience the gentlemen have when they visit there. Make your appointment online. Schedule it at a location that is conveniently located to you, and enjoy what it means to be shown how men deserve better. It's all at Hair Salon, and it's all online at hairsaloon.com.
I'm Nick Schroer. The woke left is trying to destroy America by taking away our rights, defunding the police, and indoctrinating our children into socialists. This is not the America our founding fathers envisioned. I'm fighting them, and with your help, we can take America back. I backed the blue 100% and fought to give police the tools they need to keep our families safe. I helped pass the Second Amendment Preservation Act to ensure Joe Biden and his cronies can't take guns away from law-abiding citizens. And last year, I opposed raising the gas tax.
Nick Schroer sponsored Missouri's pro-life trigger law, ensuring we would be the first state in the country to ban abortions after Roe v. Wade was overturned. He sponsored the Parents' Bill of Rights, which would ban radical ideologies like critical race theory in our schools. And as our state senator, Nick Schroer will protect girls' sports from boys who want to pretend to be girls. Nick Schroer, an American First conservative, paid for by friends of Nick Schroer.
Call Zero Res today and ask for the Mark Reardon special. This month, Zero Res of St. Louis is offering a 3-room special starting at $119 and $75 off air duct cleaning. Visit ZeroResSTL.com or call 314-474-2020. That's 474-2020. Zero Res.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Studio. Air Comfort Service is proud to support Greater St. Louis Honor Flight. Sign your veteran up for their honor flight today at gslhonorflight.org, and for heating services, visit aircomfortservice.com.
Back in the car and back on the road. We're with you. Dependable traffic with Stu Thomas. Driven by Ambassador Midwest Floor Company. The best way to deal with in-home traffic. Experience more at Ambassador Midwest Floor. You're listening to the Annie Frey Show.
Gonna sit down in the kitchen and fix me something good to eat and make my head a little high, make the whole day complete. 'Cause we're gonna lay around the shanty, mama, and put a good buzz on.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. Thanks for spending some of your afternoon with us. I know it's a choice, and anytime you choose to spend a few of your minutes with us, I'm very grateful for that. So thank you for being here on 97.1 FM Talk, on the Odyssey app, or maybe on the YouTube live stream where we're getting some Ask Me Anything questions from folks just like you. Brad, you're going to start us back off here with your Ask Me Anything. Hopefully it's a little more respectable than the entire last segment.
I hope so. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Oh, boy.
Ooh,
I'm glad that I just signed that contract.
Yeah. Gosh, Brad, I like to say that I see myself in your position.
Really? I mean, honestly, Ryan, do you think you'll be in radio in 10 years from now?
Yeah, I do. I think I'll be in radio in some capacity. I don't know what it'll look like because, as we know, year to year things change. But I really like doing this, so I want to do it in some capacity. I think for the rest of it's like golf. Everybody said, "Oh, when you're young, start playing golf because you can only play football for another 5-10 years."
Oh yeah,
golf you can play for the rest of your life. That's the way I feel about radio. I enjoy it. I'd like to just do it forever. And I'd like to hopefully bring my handicap down.
Kenny just says, doesn't Wiggins look back like that guy from Home Alone? He doesn't specify which guy.
It's one of the guys in the background of the airport.
Yeah. The one who
The
says,
extra.
"Look what you did, you little jerk." And then in the memory, it says, "Look what you did, you little jerk." It's different. His memory's different than the actuality.
Think
I'm
about
Uncle Frank.
Think about your life in 10 years.
Mhm.
How old will your youngest be?
15.
Does that blow your mind as a parent?
I guess, but then I will have already gone through it with the 18-year-olds. So
Yeah, but when the youngest hit those
Is 15.
milestones and you're thinking, gosh, you're ending chapters of your life with each of those milestones that your youngest has. So my youngest, Molly, just turned 1. So we are rapidly moving out of baby phase everything. And it's over. I mean, you've been out of that for a while. But when I think as a parent about 10 years from now, and I think that my youngest will be 11, which is my son, my oldest is 12. So my youngest will be basically the age of my oldest. And then I think about how old the older ones will be. I just kind of start to panic a little.
I don't really care.
Okay. I already talked about that. I've been open about that before. But that's where if I think about 10 years from now, what I feel like I can do with my life and my career and everything 10 years from now, when I have 4 kids that are preteen and younger versus 4 kids that are 11 and older, things are very different for me. Opportunities are very different for me. I have had opportunities right now that I've had to turn down because I have little kids at home, and that is my priority. That has to be my focus. That has to be where my attention lies. So 4 years from now, I mean, it would be great if I am doing this 10 years from now, that will be an incredible success, because as you know, Ryan, having been in the industry,
the industry, go on,
for so long, even the TV industry,
this has accomplished a lot. That's all you're saying.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, if you've been in this business, you understand how fleeting it is and how you kind of count your career years and dog years a bit. To say
very true.
And I've been at 97.1 since January of 2009. So I've been here for, is that 13 years? Is that right? 22. Do you ever have to think about what year it is? Do you have to ever pause and go, what is it?
You know what? I used to, but since 2020, it's like 2020 is such a benchmark for everything that you can almost always remember everything compared to it.
Post 2020. Yeah. Do you ever have to stop and pause?
I didn't ever have to until 2020. So I'm just the exact opposite.
Because it's like,
no, that's exactly what I'm saying, though.
It all runs together.
Okay.
No, you're saying 2020 was impactful, but
and then you sort of measure everything by it
in a more definitive way.
Yeah, and it still feels like 2020 to me.
I feel like we lived 2 years that we didn't mark, and so it becomes more difficult to segment that time. Regardless, 10 years from now, if I were still sitting here at 97.1 doing this show, talking to you right here in radio career language, that would be an enormous success.
Oh gosh, yes.
So it probably won't happen.
So clearly next week
folks.
will be a different station. The thing you were talking about with the eras of kids' life, that's something that to me has always bothered me. Starting in high school and college, I remember people telling me, and maybe this is just guys, I don't know, but oh man, enjoy this because it's like the best time of your life. And people would tell you that no matter what era you're in.
And how subjective is that?
A, it's subjective. B, it's like we were talking about yesterday, it's rather hopeless.
Totally.
Like you're at the top and you got to soak this up right now because what's coming next is going to be worse.
Mm-hmm.
And I've gotten that same thing with kids. I don't think it's intentional. It's just people say, oh man, enjoy that baby phase. It doesn't get any better than that. And then you go through it, and then they're another phase, and then people go, "Oh, that age right there that they're at right now."
Baby phase is amazing because they're cute and they're babies, but when they can walk and talk and feed themselves,
oh yeah, I'm done with it.
With the kids, and that's when you get rid of them.
Yeah, we
go get a job.
Yeah, build a barn or something. You're not doing anything. Where are we going to keep our lawnmower now? Now that you're 2. No, every phase, and somebody just said this to me the other day. Oh, that phase right there that you're in, where they're 8 and they're 5, that's the best time because you can take vacations. They're not complaining a lot yet. And I just thought the same thing. Every single phase, somebody tells you that's the best phase of your life.
I just had a good friend who actually used to work at the station here with us a long time ago. Her son just graduated high school and is going to college, and she's going to be an empty nester. And I remember when he was like wee little, and part of the 97.1 family. And she's like, it's the weirdest thing because you become friends with your grown-up kids and you still miss the things that were in the past, but it's just different. And you just go through time and
yeah.
And you, I guess, evolve. What about you? 10 years?
I hope to still be the youth pastor at Victory Church. I don't ever see myself going out of a youth pastor role. I feel like that's where God has called me, but I'd also like to be the head of a media empire.
So, yeah.
How about the Annie Frey Show media empire?
Hey, I'm down with that. The head of the AFS.
What should we conquer?
Empire.
I don't know. Let's conquer Camel X first.
Start somewhere.
They're here. It's convenient.
Great empires never stop.
We could do that during the day.
Yeah.
We need to get that.
You know what we need though is swords and big shields, because if we're gonna do it just the 3 of us, we're gonna need some real armory.
You totally know that you're gonna be our diversion.
So I go in juggling poorly.
I was gonna say standing on your head and twerking, but
Camel X, they see that all the time.
Yeah.
Like what?
Hey, I know you're right in the middle of a report, Michael Calhoun, but check this out.
Stop. Make it stop. I want to pause.
Watch me for a second.
Rewind the show and leave the room.
I'm doing
Is that possible?
tiny little hip thrust.
Stop
Michael.
talking like that. I'm closing my eyes now. I don't even like what I'm hearing.
Don't close your eyes. You'll just come up with a visual.
That's what I'm saying. It's radio. That's what everybody else is doing. They're turning off their radios right now. Brian. Knock it off.
The problem is somehow this is going to get back to Michael Calhoun that I twerked for him. I don't even really know him that well.
Probably not.
And I see him every morning when he's getting his coffee.
Me
I'm going to have
too.
to explain that to him.
Yes, please do, so that I don't have to.
Maybe don't.
That's right.
Can this have been a segment of the Mark Cox Morning Show? You should have heard what they were saying. They replayed it during the last segment of the
That's what we
1
should do.
o'clock hour.
Tell him I'm Mark Reardon. He won't know.
They know who Mark Reardon is. That's the one that they know.
Foiled again.
Gosh.
That's what I'll do, though.
You're
I'll go
supposed
in.
to be a diversion for them, not this actual show that you're on right now.
Well, you come up with a plan then. I just gave you goals.
I am coming up with a plan. This is the plan.
Here's the problem with the whole plan.
This is the
problem with the whole plan is apparently the owner and head of the Annie Frey Show media empire is Brad. I thought it would have been you. But apparently he now owns it.
But that's like Steve Jobs. Wasn't he the CEO but not head of the board of directors or something like that?
I don't know. I have no idea how that company was set up, to be honest with you.
Neither do I.
Obviously.
Can we get to the diamond in the rough right now? I'm excited about
The
this.
Diamond in the Rough, brought to you by The Diamond Shop, thediamondshop.net.
This is a really positive story that I think people do need to know about. And I'm reading to you from thegoodnewsnetwork.org. Firefighters came to the rescue of a kitten trapped in a Walmart Pepsi machine.
Awesome. If you're a firefighter, is that the apex of your career?
Yeah. If you're the person who just got the Pepsi, where does that rank on your day?
That's a good question.
A tiny blue-eyed kitten was saved thanks to a Walmart employee who happened to hear the thing meowing from the depths of a soft drink vending machine, of all places. Lindsay Russell, who works at the Morristown, Tennessee Walmart, tried all throughout her lunch hour to rescue the animal after hearing its cries for help from inside the store. Trying to get other employees to help, none of them managed to figure out A, how the kitten got into the machine, or B, how to get it out again. Eventually, they called fire and rescue, who pried open some panels to allow the kitten to escape.
Wow. Now I'm going to question the kitten's judgment here. The kitten did clearly not smell anything in the soda. If it was a snack machine, I would have said, well, I could see the kitten getting in there, maybe eating some trail mix. But it's not going to open a soda. So, bad decision, kitty. Bad kitty.
Morristown fireman Doug Allison told local news, quote, "If we can help save a life, animal or human, we'll do what we can do."
Absolutely.
That
was in Lindsay Russell's press release.
Diamond in the Rough, sponsored by our very good friends at the Diamond Shop. Find them on thediamondshop.net. If you have good stories or fun stories that you would like us to share with especially if you read it and it made you smile, please send them to us. You can send them to the Annie Frey Show Facebook page and just say, this would be a good diamond in the rough. Because what we want to do is, in the midst of trying to cover all of the news every day, make sure that we're bringing some things to you that makes you smile. I was looking for a good story in multiple different places today, and I was actually growing more depressed, consuming all of the headlines with the guise of, let's look for something positive, when it is negative story after negative story after negative story, over and over and over again.
So it sells. You know what else sells? This Jessica Simpson's "These Boots Are Made for Walking" video.
Is that what you're looking at right now?
I'm looking at it, and just the
Is this the first time you've seen it?
I've never seen it before. This is probably from the Dukes of Hazzard
You can't
movie.
even speak.
Yes, well, she's biting her lower lip, and it makes me feel naughty looking at it.
Brian.
I'm not going to watch it right now because I'll get in trouble at work. That is definitely flagged.
That's not the worst thing that's probably been looked at on that computer.
Oh, really? I'd like to know who's been sitting here.
Probably. Yeah. So if you want to vote in today's YouTube live chat poll, should Wiggins buy his wife flowers tonight? Yes or no? If we I have to go look and see how many votes we have. If Ryan has said 200 votes total on the poll.
200.
And you go to Schnucks and buy your wife flowers tonight.
200. I'm walking into Schnucks, blindly grabbing whatever they have, and I'm taking it home. Without paying.
Ask Me Anything question from Craig on YouTube. Do bargain bin flowers count? I will answer first, and I will say absolutely yes.
Where are these bargain bin flowers?
I don't know. You have to go look for them.
Because I've been to every flea market in St. Louis. And
You don't
know
go to
that.
flea markets to buy fresh flowers.
That's what you said about stamps, and I found those.
And then you said that you were
Gosh, Ryan.
conflicted because you assumed they were stolen.
But I wouldn't assume that about the flowers.
Well, you go look for the bargain bin flowers in places where people steal fresh flowers and resell them for prices that make you question your conscience.
So the back of trucks.
Actually,
Can I get a bouquet of flowers and LASIK? Next truck I see.
That's not where you go for bargain bin.
No?
LASIK?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Buy flowers for your loved ones. Surprise them. And if it's a $5 bouquet of flowers and they look nice for a couple days, it'll still make somebody smile. I recommend Schnucks. That's where I'm going to go to buy Ryan's flowers that he gets. If we get 300 votes, 200, and he buys them for his wife. We'll be back in the 2 o'clock hour with Trisha and Rob and the whole crew. Don't go away.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required. Refund available for 60 days after purchase.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. You'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the biggest brands at 90% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but 90% cheaper. It's the same medication you get from your doctor, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. Results are guaranteed or your money back. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's 4hims.com/joy for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/JOY.
I was talking to you about my friends at the Diamond Shop. You can go online to thediamondshop.net, located in Clayton. And folks, these people been in business since 1910, are the go-to when you are looking for somebody who can walk you through the whole process of getting a piece of jewelry, custom made, or for instance, right now they have an amazing sale going on, 70% off in stock jewelry that you can peruse, beautiful, all sorts of different kinds of things, up to 70% off in-stock jewelry until the end of July. When you go visit the Clayton Diamond Shop, it's super simple to get to, and the people there are great. You are looking for somebody you can trust. You are looking for somebody who can guide you into finding that perfect piece of jewelry for yourself, for your loved one. It's the amazing folks at the Diamond Shop. I've trusted them with my purchases. My husband has bought me things there as well, and they are cherished in our home. If you're looking for somebody in the business, you go to diamondshop.net.
If you're planning to sell your home in the St. Louis area, now may be the best time to capture the highest sale value before the market changes. Mark Cox here, and according to industry experts, the real estate market has shifted. Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty agrees with that. She also has options to help every type of home seller because she understands every situation is different. If you need to sell your home fast, but you're worried about finding the next home, Gloria has the answers and the solutions. She has an instant cash offer program that gives you above market cash offers. No showings, no hassles. You pick the closing date, even up to a year, giving you the cash and the time you need to find that next home. Call Gloria today about that instant cash offer and her guarantees and her other options that'll help you sell fast for the most money. Call 314-325-6888. That's 314-325-6888, or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
KFTK FM Florissant, driven by the Bomarito Automotive Group, 97.1 FM Talk.
An Odyssey station.
Biden reacts to the assassination of the former Japanese Prime Minister. I'm Ann Carrick, Fox News. Former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was shot and killed today, giving a campaign speech in Western Japan. President Biden.
I do not believe it's likely to have, but I don't know yet, likely to have any profound destabilizing impact on Japanese security or Japanese solidarity.
The alleged gunman was tackled following the shooting and is in police custody. Motive is under investigation. President Biden also commenting on his executive order to protect access to abortion and contraception and a call for attorneys to volunteer to represent women. The president with a message for his opposition.
It's my hope and strong belief that women will in fact turn out in record numbers to reclaim the rights that have taken from them by the court.
Last month, the Supreme Court overturned Roe by upholding Mississippi's abortion ban after 15 weeks. Job growth was better than expected in June, despite record inflation and higher interest rates. Fox's Ginny Casola.
The Labor Department says there were 372,000 new jobs created in June. The unemployment rate remained at 3.6%. Economists have been predicting the economy weakened under high inflation and rising interest rates. Though the number of new jobs is encouraging, earlier this year, companies were adding jobs at an average of 500,000 each month.
A setback for Democrats in Wisconsin regarding ballot drop boxes.
Wisconsin State Supreme Court rules that absentee ballot drop boxes may only be placed in election offices. The widespread use of the drop boxes in Wisconsin was a key point of contention for former President Donald Trump in the 2020 election. The official results say Trump lost Wisconsin by about 21,000 votes. The new rule will apply to the state's upcoming primary in August.
Fox's Eben Brown. America's listening to Fox News.
Every search you make, every click you take, they'll be watching you.
Tired of companies like Google and Facebook watching everything you do online? There's actually a simple solution. DuckDuckGo. It's an all-in-one privacy app with a built-in private search engine, web browser, one-click data clearing, email protection, and more, all for free. Download the app today and get the most comprehensive privacy protection with a push of a button. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
What you've heard about probiotics is probably wrong.
I eat yogurt, so I don't need to take a probiotic.
Probiotics? They don't really work. It's time to learn the truth about probiotics and join the Align Healthy Gut Team Up. Align has probiotics to naturally help relieve occasional bloating, gas, and abdominal discomfort. Try Align probiotics for a month and see how great a healthy gut can feel. Get $2 off your first month of Align at alignprobiotics.com.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Weather with Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
We'll continue to check out the skies for some scattered showers and thunderstorms going through the afternoon. One or two of them could be on the strong side, so we kind of need to pay attention to it. The humidity stays high. Any action fades very early this evening. Otherwise, partly to mostly cloudy skies, 70. Weekend's great. Saturday, partly sunny, lower humidity, lower temperatures, 85. Sunday, sunny and nice and comfortable, 85. This is 97.1 FM Talk, Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
The candidates are set in Illinois.
We know what the mission is and what our job is, and that's to make sure we take the majority.
Next up, the Missouri primary on August 2nd.
And we're going to continue to outwork our opponents.
97.1 is your place for full Decision 2022 coverage.
Government, you need to get out of the way and return the power to the people.
Decision 2022 is sponsored by Air Comfort Service and TR Hughes Homes. Right here, right now, on 97.1 FM Talk.
Oh, Adam, you are so romantic. And I love the kitchen you found with all these great crumbs.
Yeah, baby, only the finest crumbs in the kitchen for my favorite aunt.
Did I just hear a car door slam?
Oh, no. It's the pest control company again with those green wheels. They always kill the move.
This is Derek, the owner of All Solutions Pest Control. Give us a call today at 636-486-7888.
If a pest-free home is your goal, call All Solutions Pest Control.
If you need solid hires fast, you need Indeed. The all-in-one hiring solution makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates from the same place. Want to find your next great hire? Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Tune into the Del Walmsley Radio Show. Del, self-made millionaire and founder of Lifestyles Unlimited, will show you how to live the life of your dreams and pay for it with passive income.
Listen to the Del Walmsley Radio Show this Saturday afternoon from 1 to 2 p.m. on 97.1 FM Talk.
Jewels on Hampton in St. Louis Hills is paying some of the highest prices on gold, silver, diamonds, semi-precious colored stones, and fine watches on site. Jewels on Hampton is a premier jeweler with an exquisite selection of diamonds, semi-precious stone jewelry, and vintage watches. Their expert design team can restyle your jewelry to today's contemporary style. They also do jewelry and watch repair. Need extra cash? Jewels on Hampton is paying some of the highest prices on gold, silver, diamonds, semi-precious colored stones, and fine watches. Bring your collectibles and clocks, sports memorabilia, and figurines too. Jewels on Hampton, 4506 Hampton, just 3 blocks south of Chippewa. Call them at 314-752-5000. That's 314-752-5000. So if you need some extra cash, looking for that one-of-a-kind piece, make Jewels on Hampton your first stop. Jewels on Hampton in St. Louis Hills.
Search for Alterna 90s on the Odyssey app and listen to great songs. And some you've probably forgotten about. Alterna 90s on the Odyssey app.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
They got someone here knows what they're talking about.
Left up, left right, gotta love this American ride.
Hey, you need to take some time to get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid, keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. Just the way you say that at the end. You're so proud of yourself.
Oh, yeah, we've gotten through the whole thing at that point.
Yes.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
How long you put that together when you were the executive producer? Was that what you were?
I was the executive producer of the Dave Glover Show.
That's something.
Isn't that something? Can you believe that I was that for 6 months?
Somebody told on us on Twitter that you wanted to take over Camel X with twerking and use, in your words, and swords and big shields.
Twerking, swords, and shields. And they tagged who? Rachel?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I pretty much guarantee that the whole newsroom is going to hear about that now. And it's going to be a little awkward in the kitchen for just me.
But you put that together. It was like your first day, wasn't it? On air with them?
It was probably first couple of weeks. Yeah. I was putting together. I love doing production, which is I do production here. And it was an opportunity before I was the production director / creative director, whatever I'm called now.
Imagine that he did that and then got a promotion.
Yeah, and so I was looking for opportunities to do just weird stuff, and I did that, and they were like, "All righty." That was definitely not what we were expecting, because I pitched it as I have a new show open for the Dave Glover Show.
Exactly. He goes on to the Dave Glover Show in like hour 2 of being affiliated with their show, and he's like, "All right, guys, here's what you should do." And he remade my intro and was like, "You should play this." And then Dave Glover left the whole station.
Yeah, I don't know if the sequence of events is.
I think it's directly related.
Maybe, I don't know.
To get as far away from these people as we can.
In Empire Building, we call that a route.
In what?
A route.
Is that a video game reference?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's a Empire Building.
Oh, Empire. Okay, Empire Building.
Brad, speak slower.
Clearer. Yeah, I don't think I could speak slow enough.
The problem is I'm clearly like walking myself right out of a job in the Empire. Every time I make a dumb comment like that.
There's always room for a jester.
Thank you. I'll definitely be your distraction for anything you want to take over.
I'm not going to, but this feels like one of those moments where I would like Ryan to just talk and let him.
No, don't. I got nothing. I still got boots are made for walking up here. I'm still afraid to click on it. Just keep looking at her face because she's going like, ugh. I'm like, oh no, she's still looking at me. Ryan. Should I click on it? I think I will.
Trisha,
hey,
Ryan is out of sorts.
I'm watching a Liberty Mutual.
I want to let you. Will you please let him go?
Just like from his job
in general. Can this be it?
Do anything. Let's go back to the place where you asked me as if I had some say in that.
I would let him go before you go like Dave Glover.
Pull up the paperwork here. Yeah, no kidding. Trisha, I wanted to ask you. I didn't ask you when we were off air about what you can and can't say, but you've been in contact with Tyrus's people, right?
Yes, Tyrus's wife, actually.
And because Tyrus is going to he's our regular Thursday guest. He's a Fox News contributor, and he's on Gutfeld almost not every night, but at least 3 nights a week. And he's going to be in town for a wrestling event at the end of August. And so we are working. I haven't gotten an update from you, but is there anything you can tell us about that? Or a tease or tell people to pay attention to information in the future?
All of the above.
Those things.
Yep. Do those things. We are working on something. It's going to be the Annie Frey Show and Tyrus collaboration. And Tyrus and Mrs. Tyrus, Ingrid, actually, is they're extremely excited. So
she's fantastic too. Yeah. Great follows on Instagram. I'm looking forward to that. Of all of the people who we've had affiliated with the show, Tyrus, I think, has been our longest regular guest. And you heard over, I think when I was on vacation, they mentioned our show on Cat and Timp.
Tyrus and Timp. He said we're working
Tyrus
on
and Timp.
Yeah, they're working on something with the Annie Frey show. So
Mhm.
I sent you the audio clip. It was actually kind of cool because I was just sitting there listening to I listen to their show every now and then whenever I've got I'm cutting grass and whatnot, and I'm just sitting there and I'm listening. I was like, whoa, I got to stop and rewind this because did I just hear what I thought I just heard? And I rolled back. And he definitely mentioned the show.
That's fantastic. You guys want to play a little game?
Yep.
This is a game that I call "What question is the press secretary answering?"
Ooh, I like this. Okay.
So Joe Biden's press secretary, I feel like people are paying way less attention to her,
Yeah.
what she's being asked, what she's saying, what it means, than they ever paid to Jen Psaki.
Because she's doing a really bad job.
Terrible. It's
Corinne
not.
Jean-Pierre.
I'm avoiding saying her name.
Corinne Jean-Pierre.
You sure you don't want to let him go?
Which we got to define what we're talking about here still, because one of those ways I'm absolutely sure about.
All right, Rush. Pop that paper.
I wrinkled it before. Yeah, me and Rush Limbaugh. We're exactly like.
Yep. Okay.
So I'm going to play her answer. And then you have to tell me ish. Ryan,
What was the question?
What was it that she was supposed to answer?
So I'll say this. The president understands what the American people are going through. He understands that gas prices are high because of Putin's tax hike, because of the war that the brutal war that Putin has taken on in Ukraine, and their brave fight for their democracy. That's what we're seeing here. And also the food insecurity, the food cost has skyrocketed. And that's why the president has done everything that he can to blunt those high prices.
What do you think she was just asked?
Give me, what is the president doing to curb inflation, Chuck?
Why do you think it is that 88% of people in this country polled by Monmouth think the country is on the wrong track?
Ooh. I'd give myself a no on that one.
Not so much. I was listening to these clips afterwards, and it's amazing to me that what she says,
Yeah.
A, it's almost the same thing every time.
Uh-huh.
And B, it never has anything to do with what is being asked
The question.
in the original question. Oops, wait, don't play this. No, stop. I did the wrong one. Listen to this next
I don't
answer.
think it's that our plan is not popular with the American people. We know that the American people are feeling the high cost. We understand what they are feeling because when you look at inflation, when we look at where we are economically, and we are stronger economically than we have been in history. When you look at the unemployment numbers at 3.6%, when you look at the jobs numbers, more than 8.7 million of new jobs created. That is important, but we understand that gas prices are high, and we understand that food costs are high, and that is because of a once in a generation pandemic and also Putin's war, and that's just the facts.
All right.
Give me, what is the president doing to curb inflation,
But
Chuck?
Do you think it's possible that your plan just is not popular with the American people right now?
Peter, I don't know if you're aware, but I've got one page in this binder, and I'm going to just keep reading it no matter what you do.
Next one.
Oh, that's where you were going with this question. No, that's very slick there of you, Peter.
Well, why is she really
I mean, well, she said why she is leaving. Look, let me just say something. Wait, no.
Any idea?
Are you reading all these questions, Corinne Jean-Pierre?
So if you think that your plan is popular with the American people, is it just that the plans are not being communicated properly, and is that why the communications director is leaving?
What? Why is the communications director leaving? Well, we understand Americans are having a tough time.
And Peter,
that's where you're going with this question. No, that's very slick there of you, Peter.
It's like he has to be slick. Even if he was straightforward and like smack you across the face with the truth. She's like, well, you see, the thing here is. And then she just goes on and does the same thing every single time.
I'll say this.
Yeah, I'll say this.
Does she do the same thing?
Every time.
That wasn't even a gotcha question.
No.
That was something about the communications director. She left her post. Oh, I see where you're going with this, Mr. Slickety Slew.
Who do you prefer, Trisha, in the press secretary position? I mean, obviously, we're never going to like the answers. Even if we got the real straight right answers, we wouldn't like them. We wouldn't sit here and go, oh, that is just, Jen Psaki really nailed that one. Well done.
Who would we prefer?
Jen Psaki or
Corinne Jean-Pierre?
I think kind of American of you.
I mean,
say it right.
Corinne Jean-Pierre.
That one, actually. Jen Psaki was so arrogant.
Look, I'm going to advocate for a completely different person entirely. What we need is just 40 years of Sean Spicer.
Oh my God, please bring back Sean
That's it.
Spicer.
No matter who the president is, it's just spicy.
I remember doing a Saturday show. It might have been, was he the press secretary, the first one?
Yep.
I think that their first press conference might have been at like 4:50 p.m. on a Saturday. And I was doing Saturdays 5 to 7. And I had my stacks of prepared notes and everything because I was nervous and trying to be super over prepared. And then all of a sudden, Sean Spicer came in and he was ticked.
He was battling.
He was like red-faced, yelling at people,
We had
calling
never
people
seen that
names.
before.
And I was like, what the heck am I supposed to do now? I have all of these notes. I have everything prepared. And here's this guy, he's lighting people up. And I'm like, it was in that moment because I was very inexperienced. I was concerned not for the country, but for me. And how am I supposed to relate this to the people? And I'm like, it's Saturday. I could just pretend like it didn't happen.
Yeah.
The folks, Mark Cox is going to cover this on Monday. No problem. But I mean, when he came on the scene, he was not playing around. And then the natural progression of a career like that is Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, yeah. Obviously. Yeah.
Naturally.
I mean, he was
sequence.
that whole press secretary gig was auditioning for Dancing with the Stars.
Like John Boehner.
Yep.
What was that?
Was he on Dancing with the Stars?
Yeah, he got eliminated the first week, I believe.
Oh, gosh. Man, Sean Spicer.
That's a painful memory you didn't have.
I know. I didn't want to think about it because I know what John Boehner looks like. I don't want to see him dancing.
Neither does Camel Wax. Brian.
Wait, what?
Of the two press secretaries in this administration, which do you think is doing a better job?
I mean,
Who do
Jen
you prefer?
Psaki's clearly was doing a better job. She was lying more, but Corinne Jean-Pierre is I would say she's lying less because she just says the same 4 facts over and over. So I guess in that sense, she's doing a better job.
A series of 6 factually provable statements that have nothing to do with anything or each other. What do you think, Brad?
I'm going to say Jen Psaki because I used to have 2 to 3 cuts of Jen Psaki on the show sheet or on the clip sheet every week or every day. And now I barely put Corinne. How do you say it?
Corinne Jean-Pierre.
I barely put her on the show sheet because it's the same thing every day. You've heard it once, you've heard it a million times. So.
Yeah.
I think that's what I like about her, though.
Yeah, she just kind of gloss right over it.
Background noise.
Yeah.
Things are a nightmare.
Do you respect Jen Psaki for her ability to do what she did?
Yes.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you respect
Corinne Jean-Pierre?
for her ability to do whatever it is that we call this that she's doing?
No, she's not doing a good job.
I respect it.
Well, I
couldn't do it.
You know what,
But
though?
she can't do it
I
either.
almost think you
It's an
could.
immense amount of pressure. Well, I guess if it was written in really big font.
I mean, that's really what she's doing. She has a
I wore
binder
my
with about
glasses.
10 pages in it, and she just keeps going to the same couple of. I mean,
about
that's
10
really all
words
she's
in it.
doing.
Yeah,
It's not
that's a
hard.
fair point.
I don't, because go back to, I mean, we can set Sean Spicer aside for a moment, but if you think about Kayleigh McEnany, who was so good, and I remember when she took over, I think it was in like February of 2020. Like she was not a part of the administration for very long. And I read Kayleigh McEnany's book For Such a Time as This. I highly recommend it for anybody who's interested, not just specifically in her story, but also that era of that last year of the Trump administration, COVID and everything. She was there the whole time doing this, being the mouthpiece of the administration. But she was so overly prepared. And from reading her book, I know that she participated all through her academic career in debate, was a huge part of, being a debate champion, really, really served her well in this regard. But I felt like she brought explanations as to why the administration was doing what they were doing as opposed to diversions.
So did Sarah Sanders.
Sarah Sanders certainly did that as well. And I constantly think to myself, part of that press secretary's job is to make the administration's case for why they are doing what they're doing, which of course that means that they're going to be on the side of the administration. They're speaking for the administration. So there are going to be times where you need to strategically answer tough questions, but you still have to answer them. But I just feel, and I know that I'm being a homer on this, so I'm trying to put myself in the devil's advocate position and look at Jen Psaki and Karine Jean-Pierre and say, well, they're just doing their job for this administration. And I just think to myself, you can call scoreboard when you're winning.
Mm-hmm.
This administration is not winning. And when you have to go out and speak on behalf of the losing team, that's a lot more difficult. So their job is a lot more difficult. So they're in a more difficult position. I can't look at those two choices of the administration and be proud of them for what they're doing.
Nah, not really. Wasn't Kayleigh McEnany about 8'12"?
She's probably about 5 feet tall.
Okay. I thought she was really tall for some reason.
She's the opposite of tall.
Really?
She's like compact.
Oh, maybe somebody made a joke about her being tall and I thought it was literal.
8 feet tall.
Yeah. I thought somebody was like, hey, look at a picture of her standing next to the Alton Giant. You can't even tell who's who.
She's like teeny.
She is itty bitty.
Okay.
She's teeny.
I genuinely did not know that.
You thought Kayleigh McEnany was 8 feet tall?
I thought somebody said she was super tall and they must have been joking because she's not.
I'm really glad that we had this conversation on the air.
Me too.
Trisha, did you hear Ask Me Anything earlier?
No,
we did an Ask Me Anything segment where Ryan asked himself a question.
What was it? And how do you answer?
His question
you're
was,
interested, aren't you?
what do you call?
Go ahead. I'm not going to
She's
say
looking
anything.
Trisha's looking for something really deep.
What do you call that thing that?
I'm not going to fill this in. Go ahead. This is you.
What do you call that thing that Pringles come in? He goes, oh, is it a can? I guess it's a can. And that was it.
I kept wanting to say cylinder. Go get a Pringles cylinder for us tonight after dinner, honey.
Nobody has ever said that.
Nobody's ever been confused by that.
Ryan.
But if you said that, people would know what you were saying, right?
We're going to have our own segment of Ask Me Anything where it's Ryan asking some questions where he has to think out loud to get to the answers that he could have just had all of those things happen in his brain. But they happen on the air. On the Annie Frey Show. For now. Pamela X, your time is coming. Vote in the Annie Frey YouTube live chat poll. Should Wiggins buy his wife flowers tonight? Yes or no? If we get 200 votes, he says he will do it. If we get 300 votes in the poll, which we totally are not going to do. If we get 300 votes, I will buy Wiggins flowers and he'll pass them along to his wife. We'll be back in a minute. Don't go away.
The Annie Frey Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe. Decision 2022 is happening. Are you ready to decide? The primary candidates are here because they want to talk to you. Decision 2022. Coverage sponsored by Air Comfort Service and TR Hughes Homes.
So when you are looking for the best in orthodontic care in the St. Louis area, both sides of the river, please check out Dr. Jody and Hensher Johnson Orthodontics. They are located in Columbia and in Waterloo, and they are going to provide you with the most technologically advanced orthodontic care that exists out in your availability, and they are going to make sure that you are treated top notch when you come in and experience that checkup or a consultation to find out what they can do to give you the smile that you've been dreaming of. If you are somebody who's been self-conscious about the straightness of your teeth, if you have concerns about the alignment of your teeth in your mouth, which can also cause other sorts of health concerns that maybe you are not aware of, you can see Dr. Jody and she can walk you through ways that you can rectify this problem. A lot of them are very discreet ways, much faster than you anticipate the process being. And this is for people of all ages. My kids are patients of Dr. Jody's at Hensher Johnson Orthodontics. I have other family members who are adults who are also patients of Dr. Jody's, and I hope that you'll consider them for your orthodontic care as well. Give them a call and mention the Annie Frey Show when you do at 618-400-0900. That's 618-400-0900 in Columbia, Illinois, and in Waterloo. Online right now at HencherJohnsonOrtho.com.
Discover your next favorite podcast with the Odyssey app. From Who Done It to How to Do It, we have the biggest podcast for your favorite genre. True crime, history, entertainment, and more. Getting ready for the midterm elections? No matter what aisle you lean towards, we have the podcast for you. From CNN to Fox News to exclusive podcasts from your local station. Find your next binge on the Odyssey app.
There's a big red barn where you say green. Norm's Barn and Barn. Discount windows, doors, and things. Norm's Barn and Barn.
Hi, I'm Norm Wilkie. Come see my new selection of Amish cabinetry made by my good Amish friends at Countrywood Products. We now stock 5 styles of cabinetry for you to choose from.
When you need to save on discount windows, doors, and cabinetry, come to Norm's Bargain Barn with locations in Shiloh and Fenton at the bottom of Gravois Bluffs. Visit normsbargainbarn.com.
That's normsbargainbarn.com.
This is a great time of the year to upgrade the energy efficiency in your home with my friends at Window World. Mark Cox here to tell you more about my experience with Window World. They replaced a couple of windows at my house. They were just panes of glass. We wanted to be able to get some airflow into the master bathroom. They came out, they gave us a free estimate, and then had the windows at seams installed in no time. Very professional, lifetime warranty I get, and you get an extra double strength glass on their replacement windows that's not common. So you're getting a great price, simply the best for less. They do front entry doors, rear entry doors if you're looking to replace that back door or sliding glass door in your home. They've got a great selection at Window World. They're also right now offering 18 months, same as cash financing, of course, with approved credit. The preferred window of the St. Louis Blues, 314-993-1800. windowworld.com.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
This is ANN-IE. Frey Show, the Annie Frey Show.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. Thanks for spending some of your Friday afternoon with us. The gang's all here, except for Hannah. She'll be back next week. She's on vacation this week, and we do have Rob Kramer in studio for the Digital Get Down.
Digital Get Down. Hold up. Wait a minute.
You can get the fight too if you work hard and stop being bitter and busted.
I don't follow rules. I follow dogs on social media.
So, Rob, it's been a while since you've been in here, at least at the same time I was.
Been a long time, been a long time, been a long. There we go.
Yeah. Anyway, well, that was great.
Great job.
Bye, Rob.
Got my quota in for the day, so I'm done.
What
Hi.
do you have for us?
Hi.
How are you?
I'm outstanding, still improving. And you?
Still. Same.
It's great to be here.
It is great to be here.
How was your vacation? I'm
It
sure
was
you talked about
wonderful.
it ad nauseum, but
Yeah, especially to certain people in the audience, that's for sure. If I mentioned it, it's too much.
Yeah, but that only takes once, right?
It was great. It was a wonderful week spent with my family. My parents went with us, and it was just very relaxing and enjoyable, and glad to be back.
so have you guys talked much about the NHL players that are stuck in Russia right now? Has that
No.
conversation come up? Have you guys read about that at all?
No.
in the
No,
news?
haven't heard it.
So, again, here's the preface, and booze and the tarring and the feathering can happen after the segment, but I'm a Minnesota Wild fan primarily because I'm from Minnesota. I'm sorry that my parents, decided
You're from
to have me
Minnesota?
there. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, sure. You betcha.
His parents lived it here, but at month 9, they drove up there and had him
He
in
said,
Minnesota.
it would be great. You should take him to Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were there for, I got my christening done, and then after that, we left and came back here. So
So
because
you
of that,
stayed a Wild fan.
I'm a Wild fan, of course.
How long did you live in Minnesota?
Up until 8 years ago. So it's actually the month of July is when I moved to St. Louis. It's my 8-year anniversary of moving down here.
Do you? And then you start talking like Nelly. Do you feel like a St. Louisan now?
Yeah, I think so. Yes, it's it feels, it's weird.
What does it feel like to be a St. Louisan?
I've gained a couple of inches, in stature. A cleft in my chin has started to form.
You've gotten taller, and you attribute that to being in St. Louis?
Yeah, and the cleft in my chin.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, cool.
And I've become funnier and wittier and smarter and all these things. I don't know. It must be the water.
Mm-hmm.
Must be something in the water.
Yeah, because you guys don't have the Mississippi up there.
That's I love, that's the great drinking source, right? It is remarkable, though, just looking at the water here versus in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm. I was hoping we'd have this conversation.
It's more crystal clear.
Yeah, that's why they call it the muddy Mississippi, because it's so crystal clear.
Yeah, up there at least, we do a lot of baptisms in the river up there, barges and whatnot.
This is the most we've talked about baptism on the show ever.
But yeah, going back to the story, so there's a lot of Russian hockey players, especially in the NHL. They have their own league over there called the KHL and whatnot. And it's as far as global sports are concerned, it's probably the most prominent non-US sports league that actually competes as far as talent and whatnot over there. There's a lot of very talented players in the KHL that could come to the NHL that are actually, their rights are owned by different NHL teams. But what's happening is there's a couple of players there that the Russian government has, they have said that they have illegally obtained a military license, because all men in Russia, I believe age 19 to 27, I believe are the ages, have to serve a year of military duty. And a lot of these professional athletes kind of get that military service deferred if they're attending like online school and whatnot. And there's actually the Red Army's team in the KHL that if you kind of play for their team, that kind of services and suffices as your year of service in the military. Well, the Minnesota Wild superstar Kirill Kaprizov, as well as a up-and-coming goalie for, I believe, Philadelphia, both of those two players used to play with each other on the Red Army's team. And the Russian government is now saying that they illegally obtained a military ID to basically say that they were serving in the military when they weren't. And they're detaining them right now.
So are they in Russia now?
They're in Russia right now. Allegedly they've been detained. There's a lot of lack of information as well as misinformation right now about it. But the story,
are you saying you don't trust Russian media?
Weird, huh?
That is weird.
It can't
we use that as a source all the time.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's the number one source on this show, I thought.
Well, for me.
And so it's kind of it's interesting right now.
Can we get that sponsored?
a lot of people in St. Louis were speculative about Vladimir Tarasenko if he had gone back to Russia right now. And so essentially last night was the first round of the NHL draft, and Gary Bettman is the commissioner and kind of spoke about that and essentially said there's really nothing that we can do right now. And they're trying to be very careful about, what they say, because, they're not U.S. citizens, they're Russian citizens. And this is part of, growing up in Russia is that year of military service. And so right now it's kind of a little dicey. The Brittany Griner story is obviously going on. She's the WNBA player.
I'm glad you brought that up. What are your thoughts, Ryan? I'll go to you first. What are your thoughts on Brittany Griner and what America should or shouldn't be doing about her being detained?
I mean, it's weird because she clearly did have, I guess, illegal substances,
cannabis
in Russia, but they're using it as political poison, right? I mean, they're clearly overstepping the boundaries of what they would normally do in a law situation like this. So what should we do? There's about 50 things that we should have done along the line up to this point that have made that situation bad. So it's hard to say, here's now what we should do, when we should have been doing about 20 things before now that would have caused this to, we could have used a lot of leverage here that we've already used on things that wouldn't have happened if we would have behaved differently up until this point.
What do you think, Brad?
Well, I don't know what we can do. I mean, she did what she did. It was wrong. It was illegal. I think what was it? It was cannabis and vaporizer and
I think I don't speak weed, but
come on, girl.
But if anybody in here does, I mean, they could certainly speak up. But if you like, the stuff that she had was for her own personal use,
right?
And it was, in her words, she packed in a hurry and it was thrown in the suitcase. Like, I guess it's mindlessly included in her packing, and she got caught with that. So it's not like she was disseminating drugs in Russia,
right?
If you break the law, you break the law. the problem that I have with it is that I feel like her value as an American is being based on her political protests, which is not like kneeling for the national anthem or whatever. And this is an unpopular opinion. And I guess this week I'm just making everybody angry. So I'm just going to say it. But it's your First Amendment right to kneel. And that is, it is important to stand up for other people's First Amendment rights that you don't agree with, because you're going to need them to do that for you sometime.
Right.
And I feel like saying vocally like, she can rot in Russia just because you didn't agree with an opinion she has in the United States of America, that's not American. And so I don't really know what, like, if the government should be clamoring to go get her. But if Donald Trump were the president and he worked it out so that she could get back in the United States when Donald Trump was super pro standing for the anthem, that would be an American success that I think people should champion and never would. Why is the Biden administration not making this a top priority?
Well, let me just kind of put this out to you. We're basically, whatever it is right before you go to war with somebody, that's where we're at with Russia. So we don't have a good relationship with them. And in fact, we have a ton of sanctions on them. So my question is always, so how do we get her back? What do we do? What good faith do we have to trade? Because usually there's like a prisoner swap or something.
What's in it for Russia to get her back?
What sanction are we willing to give up? Release to get her back, and how much are we willing to pay for her? That's a huge question that this administration has to act. And they put so many eggs in that basket of we're going to crush Russia under sanctions that this is a really hard spot for them to say, well, I'll tell you what, we'll lift this sanction on you to get her home.
And I think Ryan made, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, it's amazing. I don't know if you ever hear Jim Carafano when he's on the show, but going into the Biden administration, he said in Washington, D.C., Joe Biden really has zero credibility on foreign relations. Some people like him because he's, Grandpa Joe, and he seems to be a nice guy, and, he's got some friends in the Republican Party. This was before the term, right? But going into, everybody says, oh my gosh, this guy's not good on foreign policy at all. He's never made a good move. In fact, when he makes a move, it always is the worst
backfires.
Move. Yeah. I can't believe how badly we've watched that play out on a presidential level. Because, for a long time, he was a vice president, he was a senator, he got limited influence there. But as a president, there really is no great success or even non-failure that he has stepped into internationally. And it's embarrassing how poorly he uses leverage. No. That is what we had.
It's almost as if he doesn't wield it.
He doesn't even seem to understand it, which is honestly a government position, because businessmen understand leverage like crazy. When you have government, you have just unlimited resources. You don't really need to use it. So it's like he never understood how to use leverage, and we're seeing it happen.
Well, if you believe the Hunter Biden stuff, he does know how to use leverage, or he's forgotten.
Well,
at some
to get
point he knew how to
money.
Use leverage for personal gain.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true.
Like he understands the concept, obviously.
Yeah. The fact that he gets everything wrong, not just like a majority, but it seems like he gets everything wrong. They let people into schools for getting everything wrong on the test, on the SATs, because that takes a lot of intelligence to do that. I don't understand.
Really? I've never heard that before.
There was a kid that got every single question wrong, and it's like, there's no way you can accidentally do that. You have to do that
Brad,
on purpose.
we weren't going to talk about Ryan's
experience. Okay. But I am just beside myself that his instincts on foreign policy are that bad. Given the choice to make the right decision or the wrong decision, his instincts always tell him do the wrong thing. And he doesn't know it.
His instincts are his advisors at this point.
But he's had how many? He's been in Washington for how long? I mean, he was the guy that was against taking out Osama bin Laden.
If you never have to bear the consequence of your actions, then what?
Yeah.
You don't have to have judgment.
You just kind of said whatever you wanted for a long time. You're going to get reelected in Delaware. So do whatever you want.
Shots fired in Delaware.
Exactly. Anybody streaming in Delaware right now? We don't care.
We just
about
lost
your
3
votes.
viewers on the YouTube channel. What do you think that they should do about Brittany Griner?
I don't know. I think it kind of goes back to what Ryan was saying earlier. I don't know what you can do at this point based on a number of things that you did or didn't do leading up until this point. I think what's unfortunate about the conversation that's happening, on Twitter and in social media in general is, if this was LeBron James, would he still be there? If this was insert popular athlete, especially male athlete, of any of our major sports leagues, would that person still be there? And it was just earlier this week, I think on Wednesday, that I believe she's been detained for about 3 months now. It sounds about right, about 90 days or so. She finally admitted and came clean in court. She pled guilty.
I don't know if pleading guilty under your Russian counsel's advice in Russia is even an admission.
It's exactly right. It's to the point where, she's admitted that she's guilty. She claimed ignorance, kind of like you told about. It's kind of and for those not in the know, this, like, the vape pen that she has is very similar to what a lot of people that do nicotine vaporizers, but it's essentially, it looks like a pen, like a ballpoint pen. It's very small. It's not for distribution. It's one person.
It's a personal thing. It's not like she was, and I mean, you guys, I'm not here to, I would never talk about or care about Brittany Griner outside of the situation in any capacity, nor would I be caring about LeBron James, for the record.
Sure.
But I just don't like the mentality behind, I didn't like what Brittany Griner stood for when she was in America, so I hope she rots in Russia.
Right.
Like, that's just not healthy.
Well, my perspective when I talk about these things, it's about the First Amendment right notion that you just mentioned. Was you want to stand up for other people's First Amendment right that you might not necessarily agree with what they're doing or saying, because you want that reciprocation back when you're doing something that you believe in, right? And the penalty that she has admitted to, or the penalty that she's going to incur for, admitting her guilt and possession of the marijuana cartridge, is 10 years. 10 years in Russia.
Yeah.
And it's exactly.
James on YouTube says it does not matter. She was in the wrong. I get it.
Yep.
She did what she did. I get it. I don't think that she's still there because she's black. I don't think she's still there because she's a woman. I don't think she's still there because she's gay.
Is she still there because she's a pro athlete, because of her high profile?
She's a high profile American.
And she's American.
Because, well, obviously the American part, but if somebody caught me with 2 vape cartridges going into Russia, do you think it would be the same thing? Or do you think that Russia,
you're on this show. Everybody knows who you are.
We're a big deal around here.
Dozens of people are concerned.
Trisha, we are a media empire over here.
Yeah.
Well, that's a 10-year plan.
Pull this one aside. She is from Anti-Frey show.
Yeah, welcome to the Russian space station.
Hey, means I don't want to apologize for later. Knock it off right now.
Armageddon.
We've already done the French, now the Russians. Stories that I nixed that never even made it on the air today. We are 17 minutes away from being free and clear on a weekend. And 24 votes away from guaranteed flowers for Mrs. Wiggins tonight.
Make it happen, guys.
176 votes on today's YouTube live chat poll, which is, have you seen this poll yet today?
I've not. Would you like to read it to me, please?
Should Ryan buy his wife flowers tonight? Yes or no?
Oh, I'm going to go on during the break and say
I haven't voted yet.
Yes. Okay. Well, we've got some guys.
Come
on. We need 24 votes. Ryan said that if we get 200 votes, he will, in fact, go to Schnucks and buy some flowers for Mrs. Wiggins tonight. And I said, if we get to 300 votes, felt pretty comfortable about that number, that I would go to Schnucks and buy Ryan flowers.
But if 101 of the votes are no
caveats in the bottom of the ninth here. Okay, we just got a few more. 21 votes now away. Let's see if we can break it before we get back from the break. And if an extra 100 of you want me to go buy Ryan flowers, I'll even video the whole process. Stick around. We'll get the answer to the poll when we come back. And a little, Annie, are you okay with Trisha? Don't go away.
Everything he does seems to come out right.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show. Interact with Annie on Facebook. The Annie Frey Show.
When I saw this short fat guy stretch a man between his toes, hey, I laughed so hard cause the man got down when it finally reached his nose.
The Mark Reardon Show.
The word hello has only been around since 1883.
What?
Are you going to throw a flag on this one, Mark? No, do not throw a flag. Okay, go ahead and look it up.
Weekdays from 3 to 6 on 97.1 FM Talk.
If you filed a tax extension in April, don't wait until it's too late to handle your tax issues. Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Drury Law Firm. Every year, thousands of Missourians file extensions when their taxes are due in April. But what people don't know is the extension only moves your deadline to file your return, not to pay your taxes. So if you didn't pay anything back in April, you could now owe taxes plus interest plus penalties. You think you've bought yourself time, but really you've just added to the total bill. If this sounds like you, call the Lance Drury Law Firm today. I am a local tax attorney with an A+ BBB rating, and I will meet with you right away to help handle your tax problems returns quickly. The deadline to file your return after an extension has already passed, so call the Land Story Law Firm now before it's too late. Remember, if you have IRS issues, you have legal issues. Call Attorney Lance Drury, 314-260-6120, or go to lance.drurylaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Hey, Mike, what are you doing way up on that ladder? You're going to hurt yourself.
Oh, I'm trying to unclog these gutters.
That's smart. I had water damage from my gutters last year. It cost me $10,000.
Wait, $10,000?
Yeah, and from over here, it looks like water's been pouring over your clogged gutters, and it's probably doing real damage to your foundation. You need to do what I did. Get off the ladder and call Leaf Filter.
Yeah, but I need to get these gutters flowing now.
That's why you need to call Leaf Filter. They'll clean and realign your gutters and install their exclusive micro mesh screen system so nothing gets in your gutters except water.
So Leaf Filter protects my house from damage and means no more gutter cleaning for me?
Bingo! Plus, Leaf Filter has an industry-leading lifetime warranty, so your gutters are covered for life.
Thanks, Frank. I'm calling Leaf Filter today.
Don't go another day with your home unprotected. Call 1-844-300-LEAF or go to tryleaffilter.com for your free gutter inspection. Call 1-844-300-LEAF or go to tryleaffilter.com right now for an extra 15% savings. Call 1-844-300-LEAF or go to tryleaffilter.com. That's 1-844-300-LEAF.
Mark Cox here. If you're nearing retirement or already retired, call Thomas Helbig with the Retirement Advisory Group at 314-993-9494. He'll show you how to participate in the market gains without ever losing a penny. Thomas is the official financial advisor of the Mark Cox Morning Show.
To have a roof over your head, a nice roof over your head, is very important.
That's Rick talking about his experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We got Rhino Shield 18 years ago, and they're very cooperative on getting us the right paint. They were in and out and done in no time. Once it was finished, looked great. We were very happy with it.
The main reason Rick called Rhino Shield is because it's backed by a 25-year transferable warranty.
We've watched a lot of people get their house painted 3 or 4 times, and we haven't had to do any of it. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to have to paint it every 5-7 years.
Take a tip from Rick and put down the paintbrush and call Rhino Shield for your free evaluation. 877-25-RHINO. 877-25-RHINO or visit 877-25rhino.com.
We got Rhino Shield 18 years ago. Financially makes sense, especially if it's going to last like this did. Still looks great.
Call now. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com.
Don't paint, don't Rhino, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Studio. In addition to heating and cooling, Air Comfort Service also offers indoor air quality, water heater, and AeroSeal duct sealing services. Get in your comfort zone with aircomfortservice.com.
If it's bumper to bumper or smooth sailing, Sue Thomas has you covered with dependable traffic. Driven by Ambassador Midwest Floor Company, the best way to deal with in-home traffic. Experience more at Ambassador Midwest Floor.
Don't know when we're going home, but your friend could come along. Thinking why not? Baby, why not? Ooh, I'm looking good, don't wanna blink. Mirror tells me I'm a king. I'm thinking why not?
The Annie Frey Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
Take it down now.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. Happy to report that we have 211 votes on the Annie Frey YouTube live chat poll. And Ryan Wiggins is now going to be out $7.50 at Schnucks buying the cheapest flowers he can find.
Yeah, but what are totals?
What? No, that was last segment.
What
are you wearing, Rob?
Don't worry about it.
He looks like he's wearing either an apron or a Snuggie.
That's a muumuu.
Okay.
I should take my shirt off underneath and really show you guys something.
Anyway, so the poll results.
He just somehow shook his shirt off.
Incredible.
Never heard of that happening.
Should Ryan buy his wife flowers tonight with 211 votes, which may be a record? I think we've gotten over 200 one other time. 82% of the people said yes, you should.
Oh man, so it wasn't even close.
No,
can't even
close.
hide behind that. You know what I think though?
That is a shellacking.
The problem is that I've seen it's on video now, and Dinesh D'Souza produced a video about how this was.
Are you trying to get me canceled? Knock it off. I know how you are.
I don't know.
Mike,
YouTube poll.
Mike on YouTube said Ryan should buy flowers on his own terms, not forced upon him. It loses its sincerity.
Ooh.
Baby steps, Mike.
There's a lot of truth there. Mike.
LD Writer guy said, should my wife buy me a pizza on the way home? Yes, she
I
should.
I would vote yes on that poll.
Officer Gary says Ryan should buy his wife flowers and bring her to the Maryville Firemen's picnic tonight. If I see him, I'll buy him a White Claw.
Oh, I didn't even know that was happening tonight. I might actually do that.
Brandon on YouTube says, as much as I enjoy the harassing of Ryan into buying flowers for his wife, now I kind of feel like I might be in trouble if I don't stop and get flowers for my wife.
He's learning. He's learning.
Yeah, people helping people here. That's what the Annie Frey Show does.
Chris on YouTube says Ryan's wife should buy him flowers. Brandon says Ryan get her flowers. She gets him gummy bears. Isn't that what it's all about?
It really is.
Love languages.
It's about giving to get.
Mm-hmm.
Real quickly, I just want to bring this up and ask if Ryan is aware of it, because I know Brad's aware because he's taking advantage. Did you know that there is a glass candy jar full of Jolly Ranchers that has been sitting in the sun for the past couple of years? So they have, coagulated.
Years?
Yes, years.
Is this in
years.
your
I didn't
office?
know that.
No,
It's over in the sales area, right?
It's back in the back corner.
I thought this was like in a museum.
First of all, yes, I did know about that. Second, those are gross. I'm not going to do that.
Whoa, what?
Yeah. No, I mean, hard candy in general, I'm just not a big fan.
Okay.
And after it's been sitting in the sun, it's going to be all sticky. I may eat the watermelon ones, but
there's tons of watermelon ones in there because I hate them.
Oh, really?
It's like green apple and watermelon.
Oh, just one more thing about Jolly Ranchers. If you melt them down, you can blow them into bubbles. Did you guys know that?
No,
We
I've
talked
not
about
heard
that?
this.
Yeah, you can stick them in the microwave for a second and then take a straw and blow into it, and you can have Jolly Rancher bubbles.
Yeah, make sure you use a straw. You don't want to burn your lips.
Yeah, that's their good caveat. Detail there.
Lots of rules.
Yeah, this is like a Breaking Bad episode
No,
here.
I'm just saying.
Have you ever heard of
And then you can snort them and crunch them up.
Brian on YouTube says Kyle Wiggin should definitely buy his wife flowers.
That's a funny one there.
And Bill says, Ryan, you should just text your wife some flower emojis.
Oh, I like that.
And Terry says flowers are always a good idea.
Oh, neat, Terry.
And we'll go with Terry on that. Real quick before we wrap up the show.
And now it's time to play Is Annie Okay With This?
All right. We've seen Johnny Depp and Amber Heard battle it out in the courtroom, but now we've seen them duke it out in the ring. There is a wrestling promotion called Micromania, and it specializes in little people wrestling. Have you guys talked about mini Johnny Depp defeating mini Amber Heard in little person wrestling?
No, but I think this is happening in Sauget this weekend. Am I wrong?
It's not, but I couldn't help pull this story
panicking.
because we have talked about this before. Mini Johnny came to the ring as his character in Pirates of the Caribbean, while Amber's walkout music was Crazy Bee by Buck Cherry. And
why?
Things heated up
Explain.
before Mini Johnny got the win. Annie, are you okay with Mini Johnny and Mini Amber Heard wrestling?
Do you think that Johnny Depp and Amber Heard are okay with this? Do you think that they think that's great?
I don't know. They probably get a cut.
Amber Heard needs one. It might actually be Amber Heard.
She's running the mini me ring.
It's actually
You know what we could do? I don't know.
Just like when they used to have cover bands come through town, it'd be like one night, it'd be like, oh man, a cover band for Poison, and tomorrow night, Poison.
I don't understand the draw on that stuff at all. I have no interest in
Are
taking
they real
that in.
fights?
Mhm.
So
I
it's
mean,
not
they're
scripted.
wrestling.
Oh, it's scripted.
It's
okay.
wrestling.
I thought maybe they were just actually fighting, and in which case I would have been, yeah, that's cool.
Like they seen on the street. Many versions of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard fighting.
Does anybody in here have
TMZ
interest in
reports.
like seeing that in person? Like, would you pay for a ticket for that?
Probably not.
Not in
At
person.
some time in our lives, would we have Rob though?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, the concept of little people wrestling, sure. I'm not, but like specifically, oh my goodness, they have a Johnny Depp and Amber Heard like themed fight night. That doesn't particularly interest me more than the concept in general.
Yeah, I like how deep dive you went into that.
Thank you. Well,
Appreciate
you set me up.
I'm
for
not
it.
okay with it for me. But I don't want to tell you how to do you. So
All right. The new Minions movie is making history as a new trend causes havoc for theater owners. The movie premiere caused a stir due to a TikTok trend called Gentle Minions, where moviegoers go dressed as minions. And then anytime they see minions on the big screen, they get all rambunctious and cause a ruckus in the theater.
people are so bored.
Gosh, really?
I'm really I've like read enough about this trend to be like, oh, young people want to dress up. Yay.
So that's my question. How do you feel about getting in costume to go to the movies?
Yay for you.
I thought they were just wearing suits. Gentle Minions.
Formal wear.
Formal wear, yeah.
So this is like a Rocky Horror Picture Show, but with the new Minions movie?
It becomes distracting for other moviegoers because they create a ruckus during the film when Minions come on the screen.
Which is
Have
like
you heard about this?
90% of the
Yep.
movie.
Have you done it?
No, I haven't done it, but I did go to the opening night of Mary Poppins dressed as Sweeney Todd and said, "Oh,
You did not.
I walked around and said, "Oh my goodness,
you
this is
didn't.
super awkward." And yeah, got escorted out
my
during
goodness, I
intermission.
feel like Ryan.
Hey, you remember like 8 years ago, maybe when we were questioning our leggings pants in Florida? Leggings are most definitely pants, but now bras are shirts.
No.
It's everywhere. I was at the
It's
dog
not
park
okay.
the other day.
You can be not okay with it because I am absolutely not okay with
Bras
it.
or shirts,
But
sports
you
bras.
wear leggings and a sports bra, and you just go places as if this is your clothes.
Oh, I wear my boxers to go get the newspaper from the front stoop every morning, and my wife is mortified by it. But I tell her it
Okay,
covers up
Tony
the same as
Soprano.
covers up the same as a bathing suit.
He says in his
As a
robe.
bathing suit.
Yeah, what's the problem?
I don't know. I'm only going to
None.
ask Trisha in this room. Is that okay?
Not to me.
Not to me either.
I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, ladies.
Wait, I'm going to
Yeah,
tell
me
you.
either.
I'm going to tell you, young ladies, how to not live your life, and that's don't wear underwear in public as clothes. And that's how we end this. And we hand it over to the Mark Reardon Show. Thanks for being with us today.
We had a really good dinner last night. I didn't make it, and this is going to sound like a commercial. Well, it is a commercial, but it's going to sound like one because my wife had turkey legs, and I don't know how she found boneless turkey legs. I've never seen those before, but she did, and she put Andrea sauce kind of lather. I tend to put like a strip of Andrea sauce on top of a pork tenderloin. She just pours it all over the plate, and it kind of soaks it in. So it's not only changing the taste of the meat, it's also tenderizing the meat as she was baking it. And I said, "Did you just put Andrea's on this, or did you put other stuff?" She said, "Just Andrea's." So I said, "Honey, you've done it. You've given me my ad for tomorrow." It was really good, and it was very, very easy. Obviously, she didn't take too long to bake it. She just put Andrea sauce, put it in the oven, and it's done. Andreas.com is where you can get that sauce.